The Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
Hi, Gail.
Hello. Gail knows.
She don't. All right. What's your weekend?
Mine?
Yeah.
No, it was pretty good. Had to get up real early to do race traffic on Sunday. Worked a long time.
You do traffic on our station?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Was it all day?
No, I left at 11:30. But I started at 6.
Why so early?
That's what they wanted. That's my job, man.
Do you know those flashing signs they have beside the road to tell if there's construction ahead? All those were flashing. I'll give it to Gavin or Jeff or whoever that made it do it. But all those signs were flashing. Traffic information, Live 105.3 FM.
Were they state signs or private ones?
I believe those are state signs. I don't know.
I think they are, too.
Like the little orange ones that they set out that normally says construction ahead.
Road conditions.
Right. They were flashing with our frequency.
Yeah. But did you listen to any of the reports on your way to the race, Russ?
No.
Oh, you just kind of figured it'd be bad traffic, huh?
I wasn't driving. I didn't care.
Oh, okay.
I got an email here.
What?
That says, Russ was seen at 3:17 Sunday afternoon on Highway 114. That would have been during the race.
Huh.
Oh, I know it was me.
They say there's a JD bust his nuts unless Trey drove the Batmobile and Russ dyed his hair blonde. And it was 3 o'clock on Highway 114.
What kind of email account is it? Yahoo?
Fort Worth Police.
Boom.
Been on the air for an hour. Talked about de-Negroification.
Yes.
You talked about coon hunting. And we've talked about possums. And we ain't mentioned Dick about a new pope. Nah. What do they have on the internet?
You can do it.
You could block your kid from different websites. Correct. They don't want to take advantage of that. They want to make sure nothing's out there, so it takes no effort on their part. Let the government do it. Have the FCC block all broadcasts that a child might hear. Regardless if kids like that type of programming or not, block it out just in case. Sure. Well, you got a kid, you don't deserve a radio. You don't get one, so you don't accidentally have your child hear something.
It's not going to happen.
But that makes the most sense out of everything else been thrown out.
Right. It's better than the piranhas.
Nothing's better than the piranhas.
Piranhas in the Rio Grande.
Whether they're there or not, you stick up signs on each side of the Rio Grande.
Right.
Actually, I guess just on the Mexican side.
Right.
With the little warning that the piranhas are in there. With the half-eaten sombrero. Go ahead, Diane.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with the stolen money from the KVIL cash cube? His answer, no. No deception indicated.
All right. Story's done.
Okay. Would you cheat on Carrie? Answer, no. Deception indicated.
Well, you want to explain that, Daniel?
No. All right, now seriously.
Yes.
Of course, anytime someone poses that question, the first thing in your mind is like, that does sound like fun. But no.
Yeah. Now, Diane, when people sit there and they go back and they think a question through, will that show up on a polygraph?
No.
Like if you have self-doubt, how does that work?
All that shows up on the polygraph is the physiological responses that take place when they're actually telling the lie.
Because here's the problem that I've always had with the polygraph, and I think this is what kept me from getting a job with Radio Shack back in the 70s, because I really wanted to do that, was they had asked me something, and I'd think it through and try and think back to birth. Have I ever done that? Is there any possible way that I've done this or had anything to do with that? And I think that's what screwed me out of the job.
Could have been.
Well, no, and that would be your norm. I'm sure if you think one question through like that, you probably thought every one of the questions through that like that from birth to today. And so that's going to be what your norm is. You're going to take longer to answer a question than maybe, JD does. So, I mean, everybody's a little bit different, but that takes that into effect, the examiner.
But that's why you go through and you ask a bunch of different questions, and then you get a level, and then you get, basically, you're getting a vibe on that person.
Right. You're getting their norm or baseline.
What happens if, like in my situation, I answer quickly? You say, have you ever, had sex with a dog? No. And the next question is, have you ever stolen? And I just pause for like 15 seconds before I answer. Is that going to show up any different?
We know, because, again, we're going to mark the end of the question, and then your answer is going to be, I'm going to ask you probably, why'd you answer that compared to how you answered the other ones. But the actual lie is what shows up on the lie detector.
Oh, okay, I just wondered.
The physiological changes that take place.
Right.
So how you answer a question really isn't going to affect it.
Okay. Let's see. Would you cheat on Carrie? He said no, and there was deception indicated.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Have you seen Tassos naked? No. Was his answer.
Yes.
Deception indicated.
Daniel. Stop screening the calls. Pay attention to what's going on here.
I'm paying attention.
Why is it Tassos? Why have you seen Tassos naked?
I haven't seen him fully naked, but when she asked that, my thinking was fully naked. But at one point, or not one point, at multiple points, he has a tendency to pull out a ball. Because he likes to show it off, because apparently it's...
What's wrong with his ball?
Apparently they're enormous, so he has...
Did they look bigger than, like, normal balls?
Yeah, it was about the size of... It was like... It's bigger than this
elephant
baseball.
balls?
Yeah, it was.
Are they really that big?
They're massive. It's not natural.
I gotta see one. Is he here?
I don't think so.
Can he come up?
I'm sure he can.
I mean, is it freaky big?
Granted, I haven't seen a whole lot of them in my lifetime.
Well, you know what a ball looks like.
I know.
You know what yours look like.
Yeah, it's about it's about at least 50% bigger than mine, and that's not like I got little ones.
I wonder if do fat people have bigger balls?
I don't think so. Any relation?
Isn't that called something like elephantitis?
There is elephantitis, but his actually still look normal. They're just oversized.
Well, that's sad. All that sperm and nowhere to go.
Russ Martin. Afternoons at 3.
What?
What is this? What's going on?
Did you know today's Flo's birthday?
I did know that.
Okay.
But there's a lot of stuff happening.
One of Chloe's gifts is a 60-second shopping spree at Majestic Liquors.
Oh, my gosh. That's going to be frenzied.
So they're there now. Trey?
Yep.
Everything set up?
Everything is set up.
All the other props in place?
Yep.
All right.
Props?
Well, hold on. So Chloe's got to make it to the grab whatever he wants. No shopping cart, no bags, nothing.
Okay.
Grab whatever he can grab, make it at the counter, go back and get other stuff.
All right.
Whatever he can carry.
Sounds simple.
We sent Trey out there with one of the automatic BB guns. We wanted to use something a little more menacing.
Right.
But then you got to to worry about liability.
Well, yeah, and no offense to Trey, but he is rather shaky.
Yeah. Okay. Turn the mic on out there. You guys ready, Trey?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Put this on. You're up.
So, are you ready? Yeah, ready to go. All right.
John, hit the timer when he tells me to go.
5,
Okay.
4, 3,
2, 1.
go.
10 seconds.
God damn. Oh. Jesus Christ. Damn it. Ow. It hurts.
How long?
30 seconds.
Something busted.
Yeah. 40.
15 seconds.
It sounds like Trey's shooting him in a bottle.
50 he is. That's exactly what's hitting him. Probably there's a handful of them. Time's up.
Trey. Trey. All right. What'd he get?
Bombs. Damn it. Jeez.
Hello.
That's a lot of liquor.
Oh, he doesn't have on headphones.
No, he doesn't.
Dan, get that Trey back on the cell.
Oh. My foot still hurts from the skydiving stuff.
Yeah, pussy.
Jesus.
Very disappointed.
You get him or no? Oh, you can't. I just heard him. Curious how much he actually made
Yeah,
with.
how much
Yeah.
you do.
Well, also,
I wonder if he went in and got the expensive stuff or he just got the rotten gut like he normally drinks.
you mean like the
Tons of the cheap stuff.
the Evan Williams?
Yeah.
Because that's what Chloe and I used to buy. It was like, I think $8, $5-6 cheaper than the Jack for the same size bottle.
Yeah.
And it tastes like whiskey.
If you're drunk.
Surely he went for what he likes, not the cheap stuff.
I don't know. I got no clue. I do know that when he left last night, because he knew this was his gift, he went by Majestic.
Oh, so he mapped out the place.
Perfect.
Yeah. And for every bottle that he drops, not only does he not get that one,
Right.
he loses one from the counter.
I love this game.
Does it count if Trey shoots the bottle out of his hand?
Make a difference. What is it, Dan?
You should have picked a better bottle. Yeah, that's Trey on the warm line.
Oh. How'd he do?
He practiced. You're going to get raped.
How much did he get?
Well, there's 3 bottles of Belvedere.
Of what?
Belvedere vodka.
You know what? Hang up, get in your car, and then call me from the car.
Okay.
So both you and Chloe can come back. What is Belvedere?
Belvedere is very expensive vodka. And most importantly, normally they display it in a bottle that's about 2 feet tall. It's about $100 a bottle. They have all the smaller bottles too, but normally them and Grey Goose have the giant, great big bottles. It's probably 2 gallons of it.
I told him to take all the pricey stuff and take it off the shelves.
Oh, I don't know if that's what he got. If he got,
And
the
if it's in
smaller
a
bottles.
case, make sure the case is locked, like the Dom or some of the more expensive whiskeys.
Yeah, even the smaller bottles are expensive. It's one of the more high-end bottles of vodka.
I knew you were in trouble when he went and mapped it out the night before.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know that Trey was going to be there with sniper fire.
Yeah, but he knows where all the good stuff is.
And we're setting it up in the studio last night after the show. And Trey comes in, and he's loading up the automatic BB guns. Chuck's standing here. You gonna shoot Chloe with that? Shut up! Go out in the hall and bubble. In your bag.
No more surprise parties for you, John.
Yeah, I'm afraid what that'll be.
What, is that Trey? Hello? And what's some of the stuff that Chloe got? Don't hit me with a total yet. That way I can have the fit at very end.
Okay. He got 3 bottles of Belvedere, the big ones.
When you say big ones, like the 2-foot tall ones JD's talking about?
Yeah. He got 6 bottles of Jack.
What size?
Well, 1.5. These are all big bottles.
How was he able to carry all of that? Where were you shooting him?
I shoot him everywhere. Close found a loophole, though.
How?
Well, they happened to have a case of Jack sitting on the floor.
Who put that there?
Got fresh got my nose. Oh, man.
The idea was to get rid of the displays just so he doesn't walk up to something that's near the counter and then haul it back.
Well, it was in the back, but he found.
Did you
got
what?
8 bottles of Jack.
The big ones.
Yeah, the big ones. 2 Gentleman Jacks.
He didn't drink that.
Well, he likes the good stuff. He got about, I think, 6 bottles of Patron. Woohoo!
I don't have any idea what that costs.
What size Patron?
The big ones.
What do those run?
Oh, probably 65 a bottle.
He got how many?
Like 6 of them.
Did you ever shoot him in the face while this is going on?
I tagged him, head, face, hands, legs.
Because I told you, if it looked like he was starting to make a killing, for you to do the same thing.
Too much fun watching him.
You weren't there to enjoy it. God!
I was having a good time.
You should make this a series. Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be doing something.
Yeah, what is it?
I shot him.
Yeah, we can hear you hitting the bottles.
Were you shooting the bottles?
I was trying to shoot his hand.
What else did he get?
Oh, let's see. He got 1 bottle of, did you get Chopin? Yeah, Chopin and bottle of Vox. Bottle of Vox.
What's the one before the box?
Chopin?
Yeah.
It's another very expensive vodka. Comes in one of those 2-fifth bottles.
He knows that I'm paying for this. What kind of ungrateful, gutless yellow turd goes in there and grabs?
I forgot. He got a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label.
I know that's whiskey. I don't know what.
Scotch.
You don't want to know.
You don't even know.
Well, what does Blue Label mean?
It means it's the finest they make. It tastes like roses.
Like rodents?
Roses.
Oh.
Johnny Walker has...
If you like Scotch, it is heaven.
What, Dan?
Johnny Walker has 4 different colored
Turn your
labels.
mic up in there.
Johnny Walker has 4 different colored labels, and the top one, the best one, is the Blue Label. I'm surprised he was able to get it because most liquor stores keep that on the very top shelf. I wouldn't think Chloe would be tall enough to get that.
How did Chloe reach that?
He jumped on the counter.
You little thankless
You told him to go for it.
Yeah, he planned it very well. Went by, did his homework.
You wanted him to cup your balls. You said, who's the greatest person in the world? This is your gift. Go.
Well, that doesn't mean that you go out and you absolutely rape me.
You did.
Even it's... Is there anything left?
In the store?
That Chloe got.
Close. Anything else you got? No. Oh, it's in the front. A bottle of Louis Trey.
That sounds bad.
Louis the Third?
Yeah.
Is that like a... I can already guess because it's got a 3 on it. It's expensive.
Yeah.
Is that like a brandy, burgundy?
Yeah, like a brandy cognac type.
What does that normally run?
Are you sitting down? Oh, yeah.
For just the Louis the Third?
The 3rd or 13th?
Huh?
I was asking 12. It runs, I believe, like I want to say like $400 a bottle.
He's not keeping that. He's not keeping that bottle.
Those are rules. Anything you can grab, he can have.
You the way. But still, the rules. You're taking his ass. He's not keeping the 3 Louis. What?
The Blue Label was about $3.50 a bottle.
He ain't keeping that either.
You're still getting out for about $2,000.
We don't know. First of all, do you know what the total is yet?
From what he said, it's about $2,000.
What did I tell Trey when to tell me the total?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
Why don't you shut up?
Okay.
I don't need help with this bit.
All right.
Do you have a total yet? Now that Everett's already screwed this up, because if it's anything under $2,000, the bit's blown. Everett, you're a fool.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
No, you should be sorry that you're a fool.
Well, I don't agree with you, but...
Well, you're going to be spinning the wheel later.
Okay.
Do you have a total yet? How far are you guys away from the station?
I'm exiting Mockingbird right now.
Do I want to...
I'll wait.
Okay. Thank you. Everett, shut your ass for the rest of the show.
Okay.
Go spin a wheel now while I'm thinking about it, while I'm killing time.
All right.
Spin it for him, John.
Okay. I'll give you a good spin.
What is that? Oh.
You go good. You got it?
You won Russell Tell. You'll be blindfolded while Russ shoots a plethora of exciting items from your head. Good luck.
You'll be enjoying that later.
All right. Sounds fun.
We did it yesterday.
Yeah.
Really?
It was supposed to be Trey. I forgot what Trey screwed up. And he gave Chloe $200 to eat it for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Chloe in for that?
$2.
Yeah.
For his birthday.
It's a good payoff.
How long did it last? A couple of minutes?
Yeah, tops. Boy, those...
It doesn't need to know anything about this bit at all.
Okay.
Thank you.
Not a word.
Thank you. I can't even stop and do the math. What? How many bottles of Jack did he say?
What's in a case?
Well, I think he said 8 bottles. So I would assume if he grabbed a case, that would include that.
He grabbed a case?
I thought that's what Trey said.
Oh, he doesn't get to keep that then.
Why? You said...
I said single, only what you can carry in your hands. No sacks, no bags, no nothing. If it was in a box, he loses that right off.
All right. Okay. I don't remember you saying that, but okay.
I said that right before we started.
Oh, okay.
So he loses a Jack. And then a bottle of the Blue Label what?
Johnny Walker Blue Label.
And where'd you say that runs?
I have no clue.
Do you want me to tell you? I mean, seriously, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. It varies a little bit, but it's usually around $2 to $2.20 a bottle. Unless Trey buys his somewhere else, I think he mentioned $3.50.
Do I want to take any of those on hold?
Not if you want to keep doing math.
Yes, Michael.
Hey, Russ, that Patron he picked up, it's $110 a bottle at Majestic retail.
And how many did they say you got of those? Was it 6?
I don't remember. I thought it was like 2 or 3.
Thanks, Michael.
I'm lost in how many numbers he got of what now.
Yes, Chris.
Chris, hey, it's Kyle. Big fan of the show.
Hey.
I was just letting you know I'm the food and beverage director up at a country club here in South Lake. I just bought a bottle of Louis the 13th from Priority Liquors at wholesale for $1,200 a bottle. We sell it for $100 a shot up at the club.
All right. Thank you. Hi, Chloe. Remember the chick that I was dating that died on her birthday? Yeah. Why you want to do a brother like that?
Like what? What do you mean?
Grabbing what you did.
You said to go crazy. You said I had a minute to grab whatever.
But you know I have to pay for all of that.
I thought Majestic was paying for it.
No. They'll probably give me a rate on it, but no.
And I asked over and over, I was like, what are the stipulations? What are the rules?
Did you, how many bottles of Jack did you get?
8, 9, 10. I think about 11.
Were you carrying those in a box?
Just 8 of them, whatever's in a case. I think it's about 8.
So you picked up a case?
Yeah.
You lost those. I told you, no bags, no boxes, no nothing. You're not carrying it in your arms, then you don't get it.
What, carrying the case in my arms?
You carrying a box? You carrying a box?
Yeah, you said no shopping cart.
I said you don't get to take anything in. What if you can't carry it in your arms, you don't pick it up? That includes boxes.
It was already in the box.
And you take it out of the box. Why not just run it back into the storeroom and drive a forklift up to the front desk? What, Tim?
I'm surprised
this is funny to you because you don't got to pay for any of this.
Exactly, but the visual of Chloe running straight to the back and grabbing the forklift, I'm surprised he didn't do that.
Come to the wall like a Kool-Aid man.
Look at this. I got a Majestic for my birthday.
Look at that. Still got 45 seconds left.
Shall we head to another location?
Where's Trey?
I think he's in the office. Was doing something before he came in.
Oh. You have any clue how long before we need to break?
2 minutes, actually.
Have you done the math yet, Trey?
Yeah, I was just talking to Danny with Majestic to get the final.
Okay.
Are you sure? Why don't you sit down? Have a drink. Chloe will buy you one.
Give me that bottle, Chloe. Oh, you brought me a bottle as a gift?
Yes.
Well, I have to pay for that, too.
Easy.
No, he's going to need it.
God.
Would you like me to write it down?
Yes, do that. For some reason, things don't seem to be as... I need a towel. Things don't seem to be as disturbing as when they're written down. It takes the intonation out of it.
Yeah. Is there a way to reveal it one number at a time?
No. You want to look at it first?
Sure. Look.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Just... Was Everett close? Everett, would you like to look?
I'm afraid to, but sure.
Now, you know, when you look at this...
I know, I don't say anything.
I don't enjoy these gaps.
Then we take it back to Chuck.
Here, show it to Chuck. Hold it up to the window so Dan can see.
All right. Ready, Dan?
He's got it.
What?
You got it.
I got it? Hang on. The number. I'm not looking at it. The number's facing out?
They are facing correctly to me, yes.
All right. Show it to Chuck.
Good God.
See, I try to soften it a little bit.
Yeah, you have. Normally it's in a store.
Called inventory.
Man. I think I'll just look at this when we come back. I got a chance to get my BAC up.
Wow.
Now, whatever the number is that they saw, is that retail or is that what Majestic's going to sell it to me for?
That's retail.
Will I be getting some kind of rate?
I'm sure. Well, on some of those items,
Like which items?
Like the
Louis. He's not keeping the Louis the
13,
and he's not keeping the box of Jack where he's carrying it in a box. I specifically said you don't carry it in any kind of container.
You said no cards.
I said no container.
Why not?
No bag. No what?
Why not the Louis the 13th? That's a bottle. He carried it.
Well, he can't get it because he can't have it.
Why not? He got it legally.
He doesn't need that. He'll shoot his eye out. We can break here.
To the Russ Martin Show.
Get it. Feel the funk, y'all. Let it flow.
I lost a piece of paper with a total on it. I'm sure Everett's memorized it.
Oh, there it is.
Well, why was it you felt like you had to do that to me?
I didn't know you're the one that's floating the bill for this.
I said yesterday, I think.
Yeah, you did.
That I was going to pay for it. Yeah. I'm going to pay for anything you make it to the counter at the Majestic.
Okay, I didn't really remember that part. Because my mind was just going 50 million different directions. And also, like Trey said, I didn't sleep last night. Didn't.
Why did you grab a bottle of Louis III? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Louis the 13th, actually, I think.
I could put my cigars in it.
You don't smoke cigars.
Sometimes I do.
Did you grab some of those too?
No, I forgot cigars.
Who called him a rat? I did. What'd you tell him to pick up stuff for you?
Yeah.
I'm paying for this. I don't care if I got it or not. So why you got to grab the 13 Louis?
Guys, when I dip the cigars in, it's beautiful. I'll bring some over. You try it. It's really good. And we'll invite Chuck.
No. And you got how many bottles of Patron?
Believe 6.
At $110 a bottle.
Are they that much? I don't usually don't buy those, so I don't know.
Nobody does. How big are the bottles?
They're the 175s.
You don't know how to carry pints? And you ain't keeping the 8 bottles of Jack because you violated the rules. You carried that in a case.
Only one case. I think there's 4 in that case.
How many bottles were in a case?
I don't know. I just grabbed the case. But I was starting to grab other cases, but they were empty. They were just like part of the display. That was the only one that had weight to it.
Did it have 8 bottles or 4 bottles? Did you carry 2 cases?
I think a case has 6. I carried 1 case.
All right, so you lost 6.
All right, fair enough.
Do you have a nice little buzz going yet?
No.
You should drink up.
The pages stuck together.
You ready?
Yes.
You can do it all at once?
How else am I going to do it?
You reveal it one number at a time and go across with a piece of paper.
Well, you better go the other direction because you know the first is going to be...
Yeah, thanks. I think after I see the first digit before I left.
The end of it. You just start on the right and just reveal the numbers as you go across.
Okay. There's a 5. 25.
Alrighty.
Now it's 35.
Quite affordable.
135.
Okay.
3,000. I'm not even going to run the risk of using the delay. I'm shutting the mics off. Are you? Thing left in the Majestic.
There's plenty left. Because what I didn't plan for is the fact that they only keep out certain 175s, only two up front for display, and then they keep the rest in the back and they restock as they need it. Except for the Patron.
You're taking all this back.
Well, I'm playing by your rule. I'll take the case back. I'll take the Louis tray back. How about that?
You're taking it all back.
All back? Well, how much did you think that I was going to spend?
I told Trey not to let you go over a couple $100. I said, if it looks like he's starting to grab more than that, start shooting him in the eyeballs.
And I'm very, well, you know what you're talking about liquor, so almost anything won't affect me. I didn't think about the pain of the BB gun until afterwards.
So that didn't even affect you?
Adrenaline, bro. I was pumped up.
You're going to take all this back, and we're going to do this again. And, Trey, this time, I want it to sound like Vietnam. I want gunfire. I want explosions. I want Vietnamese.
See what I can do. So, again?
Yeah. And I tell you what, the second run, compared to the first, whichever one you actually got more, you don't keep that one.
It's fair. Make up the rules kind of as you roll. I don't even want to see the number again.
You want to chip in on this?
No. Get that away from me.
I really thought maybe worst case scenario, wholesale, because I figured Danny wouldn't screw me around at Majestic. Maybe $500.
It's kind of what I was thinking.
And for, 500 wholesale, who knows what that is retail, but obviously it's more, another 20, 30% more, whatever the markup is. But it ain't supposed to be that.
No. Damn. That's unbelievable.
Obviously, you can't take this Gentleman Jack bottle back because I already opened it.
That's okay. You paid for it. Might as well drink it.
You're a big-headed dick.
Sorry.
So, hold on. Gavin?
Yes.
Can the KRLD remote guys set back up out there?
Yeah, I think we can make it happen.
Well, you still have all the lines run for the broadcast.
Yeah.
So all they have to do is pull the truck back out there, raise the mast.
Right.
Isn't that the truck that's here anyway?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so it'll just take a little bit, but we can do it. Yep.
Okay. How much setup time would they need? Hour or so?
Yeah, just to make sure everything's working again, double check everything. But yeah, by the time they get down there, 10, 15 minutes, another 20 minutes to set up, yeah.
All right. Give them an hour or so, just so they got time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep.
Did you get my email about that kid that came in the studio last night?
Yes.
You'll see to that, yeah?
Yes.
What happened?
What time was it, Chuck? Do you remember?
8 o'clock, maybe 8:30.
We're standing here. We're going through songs for the band.
Mm-hmm.
This kid walks in. He goes, I need to talk to you for a minute. Normally, that's not followed by joyousness or compliments. That's normally followed by suppressed gunfire.
Right.
And then he goes through his entire story. I've worked here for, how long has he been here, Gavin?
I think only about a year, not too long.
I've been here for about a year. It's my last day.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
And I don't know who he is. And he doesn't seem happy about anything.
No.
So I'm watching his hands. My buddy Chuck decides he's going to vanish. I'll be back. And leave me in here.
In the hall. Thank you, Chuck.
Duck and cover.
Yeah.
So I'm watching his hands the entire time. Again, that's my last day. And he hasn't told the whole story yet, so I don't know if he got fired or why he's leaving. So I keep waiting for him to go, my last day here, and I thought I'd stop by and kill you.
Is this a promotions kid?
He was running the board at Jack FM.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm talking
about? Yes, I do.
How do you know?
I know the guy who runs, when we're around, who runs the board over there. I see him in the hallway.
Does he seem disturbed?
Yeah, kind of.
The answer is yes.
So that's what I'm working through, watching him, deciding, is he really leaving?
Or are we all leaving?
Did he come in here, just to visit, compliment, enjoy the show? Or did he really come in to wrap things up? So finally, Chuck comes back in, and to throw the hint out of, our visit's over. Mm-hmm. We go back to band practice. He don't leave.
I know. He's a real hard time with that. He follows me around like a puppy at the end of the day. Doing the promo, I turn around and he's right there.
What does he want?
To watch me. And then he goes, I said, yeah, well, this is the system back here is called the Orb. And he goes, yeah, I got one of this with my house. Okay, then why are you watching me do it?
Because I'm planning.
I hear about his internet radio stations. That's nice.
Well, he didn't get that far. He just went through everything else. So obviously, he's going to need to come back and tell me about that. And I told Gavin, I hate to come off like Chapman and tell people, don't come in the studio, but it's going to have to go to that. I don't mind if they stand in the door and say, excuse me. He just opened the door, walked in, and said, I need to talk to you for a second. All right. Well, let's see. My gun's 6 feet away. You win.
Of course, Chuck must have my... Get back here, Chuck.
Yeah.
I was looking through the...
You were...
I was right there.
I bet he stayed in here for half hour.
Oh, yeah, easy.
He has no concept of time at all. He cornered me after I got away from him once and started telling me more stuff. And I finally saw that I was trapped. And he goes, we have to go do some things. He said he pulled me away.
What is it in?
Oh, that guy.
That guy.
Okay. Because I had like 5 different people running through my head. I'm like, okay, which one is it?
No, you saved me from him.
So everybody in the building knows about this guy. Nobody give me the heads up.
I thought he was gone. I think yesterday was last night was his last night and he was leaving. I thought
it was. He decided to come in here and plan himself.
Can't
stay longer.
Was the door closed?
Yeah.
I never thought someone beyond this show would open that door when it's closed.
No, I had the door open. I thought it was either a cleaning crew or Gavin wanted something. He comes in, Chuck gets up and leaves.
Well, this ain't gonna end good.
This looks like it's private. Probably just between those two.
I think Chuck just didn't want to be in the newspaper article, Russ Martin and friend shot killed.
Got to have a witness. And if you stay in the room, my chances of being one are bad.
I got to be this all by being stupid.
What are all the lines on hold?
It's actually a number of different things. A couple of them were giving, or some were giving you a hard time about limiting Chloe on how much he was able to grab. And then 5 has some extra arsenal if we need it at the next run.
Yeah. What do you got, Brad?
Hey, I'm a member of a professional airsoft team that we train military units and police units. All actual weight and size M16s, saws, gas-powered M60s, grenade launchers. They shoot on average 300 to 400 feet per second, the little 6-millimeter plastic BBs.
Will these things break anything?
I don't think that they'll break any liquor bottles.
So you don't know?
I've seen them.
You could end up costing me more than what Chloe has.
Some bad movie.
Chloe didn't make it to the counter with anything. No. But we busted out 3 balls.
I'll be happy to bring one by the station if you guys want to test drive it and see if you like it.
How far away are you?
Oh, I'm in Fort Worth now. You want me to bring it by Monday after work?
Yeah, that'll be fine. We're going to do this in an hour.
I think you have all kinds of protective gear to do that airsoft stuff. That can really hurt.
I got hit. Well, the reason we didn't do the paintball gun is close enough. Those probably could bust some of the bottles. Because JD and I got hit at close range with those.
Yeah, that was miserable.
What were we shooting at in March?
Yeah.
For the TV show, so it was still cold outside. We decided we'll do a story on paintball. And the guys that run the paintball place thought for the closing shot, it would be funny for them just to unload on us. And it really felt like it was breaking our fingers.
Eddie Boyd hit me with one in my arm, through my shirt, broke my skin.
Did it do anything to you the night that Dan Lewis shot you, John?
You left a whelp.
Weren't you going to an appearance?
I had an appearance. I just put on my nice shirt. And he goes, hey, JD. Bonk.
There was a paintball gun, and at that time we all shared an office. I'm sitting behind my desk. Dan picks up the paintball gun. I know it's loaded.
But you don't say anything.
Ain't no reason to. He's pointing at JD.
Thanks a lot.
I don't know why Dan thought it was empty. Well, this will be great. I can sit back, just enjoy it, and have no part of it. God. JD had just changed, getting ready to go to an appearance. I think it was a white shirt, too, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Dan says, hey, JD. Pop. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Splat.
It's just like, you idiot. He hit me in the eye or something. That would have been the end of it. Because he was only, 20 feet, 15 feet away from me? Bonk! I go, that didn't really just occur.
That's like one of the greatest disasters, is I had plenty of time. I saw all of it coming. I had time to lean back, relax, and just wait for it to unfold. And then JD gets popped in the chest and has a fit with Dan.
Thanks a lot. Could have gotten really hurt.
He shot you in the chest.
You didn't know. Dan Lewis, yeah. He only missed my eye by, 8-10 inches?
It's a pretty good shot.
That's why they teach you to hit in the chest.
Good.
He thought it was empty.
So, you knew it was loaded.
I was relaxing.
Watching your buddy get shot.
Well, you don't scream at the TV set at the character actor.
All right, well, next time... next time a freak walks in here, I'm going to find my way out of here.
Then you can keep Chuck company in the hall.
Chuck, get your head down.
As soon as he walked in, he said, I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
This is not going to be good.
So what happened? What ended up happening with all that?
The kid?
Yeah.
Oh, finally, we got to a certain point in band practice, and I had to go through some of my songs as far as singing. Went, I don't sing in front of anybody. You're going to have to leave.
So, okay. So it ended well.
After about a half hour, 45 minutes.
You weren't killed or shot or anything bad.
No, but
you never know.
Yeah,
I continued the conversation just so I had time to move my bag over, sneak my gun out, just in case he was waiting for a certain point in time.
I see. Makes sense.
So it wasn't an enjoyable visit. All right. Anything else before we get started?
Well, let's see here. Yes. Russell, can't believe you would call Mark Davis a pussy for not cutting a liner for you. Mark actually cares about what his bosses think of him because he has respect for them, and that doesn't make him a pussy. That makes him a good employee.
Mark generates a lot of cash for them, and they're not going to let him go because you don't even know this bit.
What's going on?
Gavin had talked to me about cross-promoting other shows.
Okay,
so I had liners cut. It's an obvious punchline,
right?
But it's still funny to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's some of my head done.
Hey, this is Hawkeye. Join the Dorsey Gang weekday mornings on the big 96.3 KSCS. Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
Very nice. Professionally done.
Mm-hmm. Would you like to hear some of the others?
Love to.
Hi, this is John Dillon. Join me afternoons on Lone Star 92.5. Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
Sounds great. Cross promotion.
Hey, you're not listening to Jack FM, are you? Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
That'd be my favorite.
Yeah. At least that one's in the CBS cluster.
Sure.
Hey, you're not listening to Jack FM, are you? Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
Well, good deal. I'm glad you did that for Gavin.
We ain't done.
Hi, this is Jody Dean. Join me weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 98.7 KLOF. Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3.
And I told all the jocks, all it needs to be is like 10 seconds long. How long was Jody's cut, John?
Well, he did 4 different takes.
Did you keep the raw audio?
Yeah, here's cut 3 and cut 4 are outtakes. Or let me say the ones I didn't use.
What does that mean? Oh, Jody wouldn't consider it an outtake.
Yes, no, it was a take for Jody, but I didn't use them.
What cut?
3 and 4.
Hi, this is Jody Dean. Join us weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 98.7 KLLI. Now back to the man I've named as my beneficiary in my will, Russ Martin on Live 105.3.
Thank you for cutting that out.
You're welcome. And?
Hi, this is Jody Dean. Join us weekday mornings from 5 to 9 on 98.7 KLLI. Now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3. Thank you, Gavin, for not mentioning which show you wanted Russ to push.
Very natural.
Yeah, that's all of them. The other ones.
All right. Hello. Here comes.
Oh, this is one from Cindy Skull.
Really?
Again, told them 8 to 10 seconds. Get your call letters in. Day slot. Make sure you end with Live 105.3.
And you're done.
Yeah. How long was hers?
That was a minute and a half, I think. Not quite that long, but it's long.
Is any of that worth playing?
It's just, it's funny. I mean,
Oh, Russ, I miss you. Russ Martin. It's the Russ Martin Show.
Yeah, 8 seconds are up. Oh, she hasn't started yet.
I love Russ Martin. Russ, I love you.
Is she still married to that caveman?
I believe she is, yes. Last I heard. She's going to tell a little story here in a minute.
I don't want to hear it. He was the one, her husband, that showed up to Cindy Coyle's funeral 4 or 5 years ago, our promotions director, in a flatbed truck with lumber on it. Wearing a shirt with his name on it.
Yeah, I remember that very well.
They got in the procession to the graveside, and it's like, why is there a lumber truck in the procession?
They're going to have to build a casket?
Feather earrings.
Do I?
Don't forget about his lovely feather earrings.
Oh, yeah. Nice long. They look like those Indian dream catchers.
I think I missed that.
Yeah. But he's got them hanging on his ears.
Yeah, you were there with Joy, I remember.
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's right.
All right.
You were getting you were getting blown in your truck.
No, I was not.
She whacking you?
No, that was Brumley's funeral.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
Well, what happened to this one?
Nothing.
Yes, it did.
What happened?
This is the one where you got in a big fight with Joy before and you swore, this is it. We're through. We're never seeing each other again. She's not coming to the funeral. There's no way.
You're mixing things up.
No, that was Cindy.
You're close. They had a fight right before Cindy Coyle's
wedding. Yes.
JD went, that's it. I had it. But don't even ask me about her again. I'm changing the numbers. I'll move if I have to. I don't want to have anything to do with this relationship again. Then he shows up at the wedding with her. And I walk up to him and he went, don't.
And that was 7 years ago.
Absolutely adamant. And I believed him that time. I forgot what the argument was that led up to that. But he just he talked about it for days. I got no time for this. I'm too old. There's no reason to tolerate that action, whatever it was. I'm not bringing her to the wedding. In fact, I'll pick somebody up there. I walked up and went, well, that was quick.
I just walked over to you, leaned in, you went, don't even. Just let it. So, Everett, you want to tell stories about things that happened at events? We were just bringing this up this week, and I want to get the details from you. What exactly happened in that car at La Bear last time we danced?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think you do. You went to the car and some chick you picked up.
I just don't know if you want to bring up stuff.
I remember that we talked about that on the air, and I dispelled that myth at the time. We can revisit it if you want, but nothing happened.
Okay.
Didn't the chick call in that did it?
Yes. That could be anybody. Come on.
She described your truck at the time.
Ooh, describe my truck. Wow. Well, then it must be true.
Nobody knows what you drive. I don't even know what you're driving now.
Well, lots of people do. It's not a big secret.
Trey, do you know?
No.
John?
Mm-mm. Well, then it must be true because she identified my truck.
She told us what was inside.
Who knows what was inside?
Yeah, you
You weren't dating anybody at the time.
I didn't do anything. I mean, I would tell you all the more reason why I would tell you had something happen.
Okay.
No, I don't think you'd fess up to that.
Why?
I don't know. You seem to like to have this, I'm not really part of this gang. I come and hang out, but there's really no assimilation.
Oh, please. That's not true at all.
Okay. How long before we need a break?
Actually, now.
don't want to listen to Cindy's story?
Sure.
Oh, man. What else can I say to Russ? Russ, remember that time in our office? You were smelling my chair?
Yeah, I used to do that. The only reason she knew. The only reason she knows about it is I talked about it on the air.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that'll do it.
It's when I was working weekends. It's probably 94.
Yeah.
And on a Saturday, I'd go into, we shared offices. I'd go into her office. She'd have a few pictures of her in bikinis on her desk.
Yes.
Take a whiff of the chair, blow off a couple of rounds.
God. What do you get from sniffing a chair?
The smell. It's her chair. Her thing sits on.
Yeah, I understand that, but...
Oh, I caught him in the other building doing one morning. We were still doing mornings. I came around the corner from the kitchen. We were on a break. I see 2 feet sticking out, little cubicles. I go, what are you doing? The head pops up like a gopher. What?
Look at that. 6 more weeks of winter. There you go.
He got mad at me one time. I can't remember who it was, but I sat in somebody's chair before he got a chance to sniff it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What am I going to do with that?
That's just different.
My favorite one in the sales office was that chick that looked like a young Jane Seymour.
Yes, I can believe who I caught you sniffing.
Yeah. Of course, it would be my luck that they'd do musical chairs and swap it out with Steve Gribbins.
Oh. It's hot. All right, sorry. All right, here comes the liner. Hi, this is Cindy Skull. Join Robert Miguel and me weekday mornings from 5:30 till 10 a.m. on 93.3 The Bone, the S&M Morning Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3. Thanks, you guys. Cool idea.
That was it?
Yeah, that's all.
I thought it was longer than that. I saw the cut. I just sent it to you and went, cut that crap out. Do you want to hear the other ones, man?
Yes, absolutely.
The rest of these are short.
Hi, this is Bo. And Jim. And we're Bo and Jim. Join us weekday mornings on Lone Star 92.5.
Should I use my announcer voice for
Sure.
this? And now back to the Russ Martin Show on Live 105.3. Too much?
Just a little.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. 80s rock.
Yeah. Bless their hearts.
All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. Like nothing you've ever heard before. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Why does she have nipple rings on?
People have nipple rings, and she was going through security. The TSA pulled her aside, and
What did she obviously set off the metal detector.
Yeah.
How big are her nipples?
Looking at the lady on CNN.
Oh.
Yeah, I think they're probably used to tie her up to some post.
We're going to only assume you got one nipple left because you're running loose. Was she really big?
Oh, she was not only because I heard the tease, didn't see her coming back from the news story on TV. Then it showed her, and I'm like, okay, this has got to be a completely different story because this lady should not have nipple rings.
And of course, who does she run and get as her lawyer?
Who's a chick you can't stand? Gloria
Allred.
If she's got metal on her and they can't ascertain what it is or prove that it's not some type of weapon.
The deal was...
Dan's got it. Stop flipping around.
Last month, 37-year-old Mandy Hamlin. The name is misleading. was passing through security at the airport in
Not
Lubbock.
really, if she's a big fat whore. Hamden.
Well, I was thinking more of the first name. Anyway, in Lubbock, Texas, when a security screener from the TSA scanned her with the metal detector beeped when it was passed over her chest. So what happened was she was able to go through the regular one, the walk-through detector, no problems, and randomly, hey, come over, we're going to scan you further. And it beeped when it went over her chest. Mandy told the TSA woman that it was because she had nipple rings. The TSA lady relayed the message to her boss, who was a man, and he told Mandy that she had to remove the nipple rings. Mandy asked if she could just show the nipple rings to the TSA woman instead of taking them out, but the head TSA man would not let her, so they escorted her behind a curtain. She popped out one of the rings quickly, but skin had grown around the other ring, and it was hard to remove, which is actually very common with nipple rings. So the TSA decided to give Mandy some pliers.
Yeah.
She was finally able to get the other ring out, but Mandy said it hurt like hell.
What did the rings look like? Were they something that could possibly used for a weapon?
No, their thing was, we got to make sure that's what's making it go off, and you have some other, what other metal am I going to have under my breast? I mean, seriously.
Did they actually make her pop her cans out?
She offered that, but I don't think they did that. They gave her pliers and turned them
Yeah,
out.
once you got a visual of what it is, I mean, come on.
Well, I don't even know if that's something that the TSA can offer to do. All right, show us your naked breast, and then we'll let you through, because that in itself is going to have you a bigger lawsuit.
Sure.
No, she offered to a female. She said, "You know, female TSA agent. I'll show you what they are."
Regardless of male or female, the TSA won't allow that just for any type of liability that they're going to be exposed to.
There's got to be rules for people that have stuff in their breast. Well, you have a metal plate in your head, or take this titanium, set it off.
Well, yeah.
Well, if you got a metal plate in your head and they run the scanner over your head and it goes off, obviously there's nothing else to check.
You show the nipples and it goes beep, and you go, okay, that's all it is.
Well, you don't know what's actually on her nipples setting it off.
I'm not until you show them. And
what did I just tell you?
I'm just saying, if you pull them up and you look at them and it beeps.
I just told you they're probably not allowed to look at naked people.
A lady offered.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, but I'm just saying the lady offered.
Whether they offer or not, I'm sure there's some type of guidelines that TSA has that says don't never ask anybody to disrobe or put. Well, probably. Flo, didn't you have to get naked coming back from Mexico?
Yeah.
All right, I got that wrong.
Yeah, I got completely.
That was custom, so maybe that's totally different.
Possibly.
Could be.
Actually, just all the way down to my underwear, but they felt up everywhere. All up in I felt disgusted for 2 days.
What'd you do? Anything, or were you just randomly selected?
I would, according to them, randomly selected. I got off the plane. I was walking around. I said, which way do we go? Because one of the last people off the plane, because I had a bunch of props and stuff. And so came off, and we're supposed to go this way.
What do you have props for?
I think it was the radio station stuff.
Okay.
Stuff.
All right, guys.
So then I turn around and I go, well, that's not the way. Which way am I supposed to go? Finally, I get directed the right direction. A few minutes later, 2 guys come up to me and goes, hey, can you come with me, please? Yeah, sure. What's going on? What's the deal? This is pre 9/11, and I was like, yeah, sir, to do whatever you guys need to do. I guess they allowed them to do whatever. So in this little metal room, all stainless steel metal.
How long did this take start to finish?
About an hour.
How long were you naked?
For about 15 minutes, because I got naked, and then they had to come back in. You know what I mean? So they said, hey,
take your clothes off, and then. Why do they leave while you're taking your clothes off? Because they're going to see you naked.
Yeah, I don't know. They had one person there standing watching, which was humiliating, and then they had the one person with the rubber gloves.
Oh, they fingered you?
Yeah.
Rock on.
And then
how far they sink their finger in your hole?
They took the inside of their index finger and their thumb, the inside little cavity area, and just kind of shoved it up in there, all up and everywhere.
Did you get a bone?
No, God, it shriveled into nothing.
They played with your ball?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not like played with them, but they stuck their fingers up in the taint and up underneath and everything. It was through my underwear, but seriously, I was just like, I'm just curious, guys. You gotta do whatever you want to do. I just want to know why you're doing this. And they gave me some sort of line like, "This is what we do every once in a while," or some sort of typical stuff. And my suitcase.
Yeah, you keep asking us questions of why we're doing it, and we're going to find new areas to look into. What about your suitcase?
Oh, my suitcases were torn into shreds. They were all over. They have the big long metal counter they search everything on. It was covered from one end to the other, and I had to pack it all back up myself.
Now, Did they say anything at the end?
No. I mean, just once it was over, it's like, okay, thank you. Go outside, suitcases sitting there. The lady's like, yeah, just put all your stuff back in.
Could there have been anything that he had done that would have made him more of a target, short of just random?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Who knows what that might have been, but, they might have been mistaken identity.
I would think for not a full-blown cavity search, but damn close to it, he had to display some kind of signs of something.
I would think so. For whatever reason, they picked you as being a potential drug courier, or again, maybe it was a case of mistaken identity. You looked like someone that.
The only thing I could think of is because I was going in the wrong direction, but one person at the airport, official guy, he told me, he goes that direction. I went that direction, and that wasn't the direction I needed to go.
One thing I know they look at is if you book a flight late, if you switch flights shortly before a flight takes off, that can be a trigger. Because I had that happen. I wasn't nearly as extensive as it was with Chloe, but I had a similar situation arise, and they told me later that was why. Because I had one flight, and I got to the airport early and booked an earlier flight, and that was a trigger for them.
Oh. Had you changed any flights?
No, because this was booked through, a Champion Air or like one of those things.
Travel agency.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 2 days, I was just disgusted. And I was like, wanted to do something about it, and I was talking to everybody. He's like, there's nothing really you could do. You know what I mean?
How long did they run their hand up in your crack?
It was just a couple of seconds, but the force that he kind of used was very, very grab-assy. It just right.
And what if you actually had something, because they actually didn't stick their finger in your hole, right?
No, they just.
Well, what if you actually had something in your hole?
Right.
Would you want to check there?
Well, yeah, I'm sure, that would be next if they found something dangling.
I wonder why they would stop. Obviously, they thought they had a ringer.
Right.
Because they'd gone through everything else. They stripped him down to his underwear, playing with his taint.
I was barefoot, and I still had to show the bottoms of my feet. Open my mouth.
And they didn't check your a-hole?
No.
Well, congratulations. Bad news.
Oh, no.
We really don't work for customers. But thank you so much for the exam. Until next time.
That was horrific.
I think I just tell them to take me to prison. If there's a lockup someplace, I don't agree to any type of search. Go lock me up.
Aren't they just going to search you then in jail?
I don't know.
Yeah, they could. I mean, search incident to arrest, or get a warrant if they feel like they have some sort of probable cause.
Do some type of full body scan. That way you can see if I got something in there. Don't make me drop down to my underwear and start playing with my taint, and then jack around with my crack and not go in my hole.
It happened to me, and that's just disgusting.
I know they will do X-rays if they think that you're a smuggler and you've got
stuff in your stomach.
Yeah.
They didn't ask any about any of that. Because I'm really surprised they didn't go through the full barrage of tests.
Yeah, because they didn't ask. I don't remember what they said about my suitcase, but my suitcase was obviously way away from me because I was in this little room. But they didn't ask me anything about bringing stuff over or if I had anything on me or anything like that. They just searched.
Well, they don't have to ask you that. They're digging through your crap. They don't need to. They already know. They've been through everything except inside your hole. And I guess if they figured if you got it that far, you deserve not to pay taxes on it.
I'm coming back from Cancun on a trip with a bunch of just vacationers.
Okay.
You went the wrong way, and they thought you were trying to get out of customs.
I guess that's the only explanation that I can think of.
Well, all he had to do was say, that official down there told me to go this way, and you're welcome to, I'll go with you. You're welcome to go ask him.
Yeah, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
Drop them.
Stainless steel room.
Was it a stainless steel?
Oh, yeah. It's all stainless steel.
That's a movie, man. That's creepy.
Were there any chairs?
No, the only chair was like the stainless steel bench.
Yeah, I ain't sitting on that.
They play any music?
No.
We have now returned. Would you like to tell us about any drugs you have?
I don't have any drugs at all. I don't know what your problem is.
Fine, we'll have to look.
I went to Cancun with some friends. That's all I did.
People like to come back from Cancun with drugs, and they like to hide them in their anus. So if you don't mind, first, let me do this.
Yes.
Just so you know, I'm not queer.
Walked out. My friends are like, "Where in the hell have you been?" Oh, wait till I tell you the story.
I don't believe I've had an entire relationship.
Walked out bow-legged, you know.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, actually, there's more to a little bit more to the story. On its website, the TSA warns that passengers may be additionally screened because of hidden items such as body piercings, which alarmed the metal detector. If you are selected for additional screening, you may be asked to remove your body piercing in private as an alternative to a pat-down search.
I still don't understand why they made her yank them out.
That I don't know either. And she got through with a belly ring.
Yeah, they didn't make her take that out.
Well, it's not a private area, so obviously, well, you know what? That's going to go back and emphasize what I said.
Yeah.
They can't look at private parts just to verify what you have, whether you want to show it to us or not. If it's something on there, take it off. If you still set off the metal detector, then you're going someplace else.
I guess.
Could very well be.
Well, I mean, if they let her in with a belly button ring, but not the nipple piercing, that's all it's got to be.
It'll be interesting to see what the lawsuit comes down to.
Why would there be a lawsuit?
Isn't that what the Gloria Allred's doing?
Oh, yeah.
What she's wanting is an apology from the TSA, and then if they don't get that, then they're looking into legal stuff. But then again, that'd be a hell of a trick. Ever correct me if I'm wrong, but if Gloria Allred is able to get an apology from the TSA, then that would be some sort of admission of guilt. Then they file something anyway, knowing they're going to get money out of it.
That's true. It's a good point. I think if the TSA were to apologize, there would probably be some sort of an agreement struck between the two parties.
Well, if you apologize, also, that's going to set another precedent, and then you're going to have other lawsuits that are going to come from other people with different things. You can't have the TSA apologize for running you through security. You got nipple rings, you know they set off metal detectors. This probably isn't the first time that you've had to deal with that. And how big are your freaking nipples that the rings would set off metal detectors?
If you'd seen her, you wouldn't ask that question.
It's actually, depending on the gauge, the size of the rings themselves, one was a bar and the other one was a ring. The bar, she had no problem getting out. The ring, she was having an issue with. So depending on how thick it was...
Well, if she had big nipples, obviously it's going to have to have a long bar.
Yeah.
How fat was she?
She was, she looked about 250, 275.
Well, what's a nipple ring for?
Again, I have no
Distraction.
clue.
Huh?
Yeah.
Distraction.
From what?
Dan's right.
I don't know. Shiny
All the
object.
fat. Look over here. I'm not really fat.
She had a belly ring?
Huh?
How would you even see it?
She buy it at Home Depot?
They had to cut it.
Yeah, I was hoping it'd be some hot chicks. I'd watch the
Yeah,
TV.
she get something out the front door, one of those big door knockers?
Lion's head.
That is
What were you going to say now?
I was just going to say, or possibly ripped it out of a bull's nose, but I like JD's better.
If you're that overweight, those are things that only look hot on hot chicks.
Really hot chicks. Exactly.
Why do you think adding the little, what's the word?
Accoutrement?
Those.
Yes.
Why do you think adding those is going to change anything?
I
still know you're fat.
That's the same women that'll go in, get their hair frosted, and then go tan.
Now, some people's piercing's just a fetish.
And can you imagine the guy that's going, oh, I'm about to get with this fat chick, and then all of a sudden he pulls everything away and goes, oh, but she's got nipple rings.
Shiny fat.
Skin is growing around one of them. Yummy.
I hope I don't become a pre-ejaculator. How come only 2 nipples pierced and not the other 3? You run out of cash? Move. All right, Dan. How we doing, Chloe? All right. Go ahead, Dan. Did you have something to say, John?
At some point, we have another present for Chloe whenever you want to.
Well, you can do that now.
Okay. You tell Gavin to bring it in?
Gavin, did you bring in Chloe's other gift? And the other one that I was going to pick up for you, Chloe, I forgot because I got wrapped up in this broadcast from Majestic. You want to know what it is, or you just want to wait till I hand it to you?
Whatever. Okay. You can wait.
I can't stand to wait. Just tell him.
Well, this one isn't that big of a deal. It's only a couple $100, but it was something that Chloe had looked at before and said he could specifically use for his DJ stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those turntables that takes vinyl and converts it to an MP3 file.
Wow.
Cool.
That's very cool.
Sweet, thank you.
Awesome. Chloe's here. There's your bag. That's fragile, so don't slap it around.
Okay.
This is really cool. It's a Texas tarantula.
Oh, God, no.
Oh, he's going to pull it out.
Oh, my God.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Will that jump?
No, it will not jump, I promise. It'll stay very stationary.
Well, here, take these headphones. Put them on the spider.
This is a Texas tarantula, and he obviously does not like it whatsoever. But
he doesn't like what?
The tarantula?
Chloe.
Oh, no, Chloe doesn't. Chloe doesn't like spiders at all.
Do you want us to go drag him back in here?
Yeah. Both you guys. Don't come back in without him. You were at the Dallas Zoo?
Sean Green.
Don't upset the spider.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus.
Chloe, if you jump around, you're going to upset the tarantula.
It won't move anywhere.
Oh, God. I'm scared. God.
If we put Chloe on his back, could you actually put the spider on it?
Probably not. But no, he has a severe case of arachnophobia. Obviously,
who does?
Chloe does.
From the zoo. Yeah. I'm glad you got an expert this time. The last guy with the spiders was a fool.
No, this is a Texas tarantula. It's got all its legs. It's got its eyes. It's got its mandibles, so it can bite. It won't. Could spin a web around you, but probably won't do that either. And
well, hang on, slow down. Will it actually let you pet the back of it?
He can touch it if he wants. Typically, we don't. I can tell you why. Because what these things do is, when they get a little agitated, these type of tarantulas can actually flick their hairs and float them up into your eyeballs. And I'm not kidding you with that. They actually, as a defense, will float hairs up.
Sort of like a porcupine?
A little bit, yeah.
Like quills?
Exactly. And those will float up in the air and actually hinge in a potential predator.
Well, let me ask you this. You can tell he likes to do public display.
That's his job.
What if Chloe were to close his eyes, protect his eyes, and then kiss the tarantula?
I don't know if that's a good idea. And by the look of him, I think he's gonna. He might drop.
Chloe, kiss the spider.
No.
Suck my 8 legs. Suck them all.
I think my veins are coming out of my neck.
Look at my spider panties. I have spider toe.
Oh, Jesus.
Touch it, Chloe. This actually, shtick aside, might help you get past your arachnophobia.
That is true. I had a lady once. We had a 10-foot Burmese python. She was afraid of snakes. Took her an hour. Finally, she came over and touched it, and she got over her fear. She didn't know what it was like. So, if you want,
now, what is tarantulas normal? What's their daily diet?
Well, typically they're going to eat insects. So they're going to eat different types of grasshoppers, or at the zoo they eat crickets. Some of them, the bird-eating spiders, can eat just that. They can eat birds. Some of them are very, very venomous.
How big are the bird-eating spiders?
They are the size of a softball.
And now this tarantula is about the size of a
golf ball with legs.
Tangerine.
Yeah, tangerine. That's probably about accurate. And when they bite you, it feels like a bee sting. So one of the things people forget is that these guys are not real venomous. They're not here to kill people. But we do have these in Texas, so you could encounter one of them.
Well, I forgot what I was going to ask. The only reason they would attack a person is
you pick it up and they want to get away. So what they do?
Why does this one seem so docile? Because you're just holding a part of a log and he's just hanging on sideways.
It's better that the reason why I think is just because it's in a new environment. They tend to stay still,
and they don't jump.
Not these, although if you were to get it moving, it could make a little lunge, but not from 5 feet away where you're at.
All right, that'll be fine. What's their top speed?
Just not even a mile an hour. I don't think so.
Chloe,
They're not fast.
Kiss the spider.
No, oh my God, that just.
Hold him down.
I'll tell you what. Here, you want to at least hold the log that it's on?
Hold the log.
Just promise me you won't fling it.
If it moves,
All right, yeah.
Bad idea.
What do these spiders normally cost?
I don't know. Actually, luckily at the zoo we get most of our own animals. But I mean, if you went to a pet store and you had a certain species that you wanted to get, and I believe that you can still purchase these. Maybe not this particular species, but you may be looking at a couple $100. But typically, not a great pet. I mean, not something obviously.
Close. Stay in here. Go ahead, Sean.
But an animal that, for the most part, we use we have a building called Bug U, and we really need to get you out there because it's full of spiders, it's full of ants, it's full of everything. If you want to come on remote, that's the place for you to just spend about an hour in there, and we could just close the doors up and you could have a good old time.
Turn the lights off.
Unlock the cages. Turn the lights off, slap on the wall really quick, and we get in. JD said you guys had something else going on.
Yeah, we've got, well, I mean, this is a good animal here. It's misunderstood. They don't
How
really
long he
bite.
plan on staying?
But this is
Okay. Go ahead, Sean.
Stingray Bay, it's called. It's a new exhibit. They can come up and touch 31 stingrays. They have their venomous barbs removed, and we'd like everybody to come out and have a good time at the Dallas Zoo.
Your hours are?
We're 9 to 5 every day.
Still got that big giraffe out front?
Well, we've got the giraffe out front, 68-foot giraffe, and we have lots of new things happening. So hope
I bet
everybody
you got new gorillas, don't you?
We got 2 new gorillas coming in. We do. You know, and we actually, I'll tell you what we do have. We have the oldest gorilla in the world there named Jenny.
And that's exactly what I suggested after the gorilla got out a couple of years ago.
4 years ago.
Which was tragic because he had to be shot, which had nothing to do with him.
Absolutely.
But why not just stick, because nobody can tell, stick old gorillas out there who can actually run and jump. And if they turn gray, hit them with a little Grecian and put them out there.
Grecian?
do older gorillas gray?
Actually, the males do this. They get a silver fur to them. Jenny is actually 55 years old, and it's on record the oldest gorilla in the world. And she's a little gray, but we have 3 of them in one yard. We have a male silverback that's 18, and he's getting 2 females coming in 2 weeks, or 2 months. So he's gonna be really happy.
Now, what changes did you guys make after what was his name?
Jabari.
Yeah, after he got out.
Well, I mean,
because I know the city of Dallas paid $60,000 to figure out that gorillas can jump.
Well, you know, it's kind of like people. I mean, you get adrenaline flowing, they can do superhuman things. We don't really know what happened, but I will tell you this. I was working at the Fort Worth Zoo at the time when this happened, and they've got a great exhibit there. When I came here, there's a phenomenal exhibit there that a lot of people don't know about. We raised the walls up, which are already beyond regulation, added a few more measures there, and actually improved the overall experience. So if you come there, you didn't know anything about that, it'd probably be one of the top 5 gorilla exhibits in the country, and I'm really serious about that.
No, and that was a freak accident that happened, and there's wasn't somebody throwing rocks at him?
We don't know exactly, but you heard about the things that happened in San Francisco with the tiger.
Right.
The bottom line is we don't screen people to come through the zoo. So for the most part, we have to rely on people, respecting the animals and so forth. So we don't know what happened specifically, but we do know this: we want to make sure we create a safe place for everybody, regardless if it's families, young kids, adults, and we just continue to do a good job, whether it's arachnids like this or gorillas.
Spider head, and obviously the gorilla thing was an anomaly, or it wouldn't have made the news. Does that spider have a name?
No, but we can name it in your honor.
Is it male or female?
Hard to tell. I don't know.
Chloe, check the spider for a penis.
What really freaks me out about those things is that big bulb thing in the back.
Yeah, what is that?
That's the abdomen. That's actually where they're going to spin that thread. Some of them actually use it as silk for a web to catch things.
So that entire ball in the back is just for a web slinging?
Well, it's part of their body. I mean, they have basically a head and I guess an abdomen. They're 8 legs, but they really do. They spin silk from there, and that's what they line their bed with. So it's kind of like covers, I guess, for them. They spin their web, and that's where they sleep.
What is it, Trey?
It's just funny to watch because as he moves this up and down and sideways,
as Sean does,
Chloe goes that way. It's like he's just locked in on it.
Chloe, kiss it on the backside.
Just maybe touch. Start with touching. What'll do if I touch it?
It may move. But I mean,
but it's not going to. No. Obviously, it hasn't moved since you brought it in. All right, Sean's going to touch it.
I just touched it right there. It's actually really soft. It didn't move. It's not agitating at all. I'll tell you what. Here, I'll help you out. Yeah, there you go.
Did that not help?
No.
Well, the next step is to kiss it. Kiss the tarantula.
Kiss the spider. No.
I'll let you keep the first run of whiskey you got from Majestic if you kiss the spider.
Oh, you had to go there.
And while you're back there, toss its little spider salad. How long before we need to break?
Now.
You want to load up the stop set?
Oh.
Sean, you can stay right there because that's where clothes got to stand.
Oh, look, they do jump.
They what?
Oh, look, they do jump.
My bad.
Thank you all for having us on. We appreciate it.
Website for the zoo is
www.dallaszoo.com.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot.
For bringing the spider up. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. It's an afternoon fraternity with a lot of hazing. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
It's funny to me. I'm asking Gavin about the audio. I don't know why we have issues with the audio from the Week in Review. But obviously somebody screwed something else up.
Yes.
Well, all right. You guys cut 2 or 3 clips out that JD asked for. Dan did it, but he didn't know he wasn't supposed to. And I'm asking Gavin, who gave the audio to Dan? Well, from what I did, that's not what I asked you. Who gave the audio to Dan? The way it happened, who gave the audio to Dan?
It's a name.
He wasn't going to tell me.
No.
And it wasn't that he didn't want to rat somebody out. He just wanted to work his way up to the story. I just want to know who gave the audio to Dan, because Dan wasn't in here to answer the question. Who?
Well, it was a dark and lonely Tuesday.
I don't know how. Well, he wasn't on the stand, so never mind. I was going to say, I don't know how he made it through jury duty, but they don't talk to them.
So they just sit there.
Ever do you, hold on a second. Is that Gail? Yeah, thank you. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Russ.
What do you got?
I've got WG in the Superstation and a wreck downtown, southbound 45 ramp to westbound 30. 45, though, is backed up onto Central, which is always backed up. And northbound 75 at Mid-Park, there's a wreck in the HOV lane. It's got the HOV lane blocked coming off of eastbound LBJ to go north. In Grand Prairie, westbound 30 before 19th Street, they just cleared one, but traffic's heavy from Cockrell Hill in Dallas. A police chase ended several hours ago, but on westbound I-20 at Hampton, they've still got the right lane blocked, causing a backup to 35. Got a car on fire in Wood at Medical Center. I'm Gail Lightfoot on the Russ Martin Show.
Thank you, Gail. 55 for the overnight low tonight. Then pretty nice tomorrow. Should be near 70 and almost 80 for Sunday, but with some showers. 57 now at Live 105.3.
So, ever do you go through that in court?
What's that?
When you're somebody's on the stand.
Sure.
You've asked them a question. All I need is one word.
Right.
And were you in here when I was going through that with Gavin?
Yes. Yeah. Caught the tail end of it.
You never go through that?
No, of course I go through it. People are always trying to be evasive on the stand, especially, hostile witnesses, people that don't want me to prevail.
Is it normally as hard as the scenario I went through with Gavin?
It can be. It can be every bit as hard.
Now, can you get dicky with them like I did with Gavin?
Well, no. I mean, there's a judge there, and the other side has a lawyer that's going to make an objection if I step over the line.
Well, but you're not getting your question answered, and if you've asked it 5-6 different times, at a certain point, you just got to look. Shut up. I just want to know. I'm asking you a name. I don't care about how your day was. I couldn't give a rat's ass which dog's been spayed or neutered. I just want to know the name.
Well, the proper legal objection on my part at that point is that the witness is being non-responsive, and if the judge rules in my favor, which, if the witness isn't answering my question, he will, then the witness is instructed to answer the question. So ultimately, you get the
I wonder
answer.
if sometimes if they're being evasive or they're just stupid.
Well, there are people that some are brighter than others on the witness stand, unquestionably. But no, there are clearly people that absolutely do not want to answer your question.
Yeah.
And, you make the proper legal objection. Hopefully the judge instructs them. And here's the thing.
Probably another reason I couldn't be an attorney.
I
because
wouldn't want you in any area of the court. Police, bailiff, I wouldn't care.
Why?
Because where would you think you'd be fair? And a lawyer? No, you go, I'm going to ask you one more time, then I'll rip your hair off.
You either tell me the answer I'm looking for, or I'm going to have Rusty shoot you.
A judge? I can see you as a judge or a cop? No. In any court.
I almost enjoy evasiveness from a witness because it shows the jury that they don't want to answer my question, and it's something I can argue.
So they look more guilty.
Yeah, ask yourself when you retire to deliberate, why would this person be evasive?
Why is it nobody wants me in court for any reason? What is that?
Because you would be very one-sided on whatever side you agreed on, which, of course, if you were an attorney, I guess that would be a good thing.
Well, all of this stems from, I think it was Everett that originally said it. I would want you on a jury ever.
Oh, no.
And why was that again?
Well, because you would be the maverick juror. You would be the one that whichever way you went, you, because of your personality, would have the ability to sway. You'd probably be the foreman, and you would have the ability.
Hang on. Off the air, I don't always take the role of the leadership role.
That's true, but I think just because...
Well, hang on. John, is that right?
Yeah, no, I think you do. To a lesser extent.
If it's show-related.
Yes, show-related.
Okay.
But you're very bright. You're very persuasive, and people tend to listen to you. And for that reason, I think that a lot of lawyers, myself included, would be very reluctant to have you on the jury because whichever way you go, so goes the rest of the jury, potentially.
How are you going to know anything about me? What kind of questions do you normally ask the jurors when you're deciding who you're going to, what's it called?
Strike.
Who you're going to strike and who you're going to keep?
It depends on the nature of the case. If it's a DWI case, certainly there are questions that you wouldn't ask in an assault case. But in answer to your original question, how do I know what people are about? The attorneys get lists of jurors that say, name, religious preference, marital status, how many children do you have? And then, you see them as they walk in and you can form some basis of an impression. I know you know all about, judging people on the way they look, John.
I think everybody does.
You sort of form a basis of an opinion when people walk in and you see them and you just do the best you can. I mean, you can't catch
So
everyone.
If you didn't know anything about me, that's hard to answer because you do.
Right.
What would be some telltale signs that would tell you that you don't want me?
Well, I would see that you were in broadcasting and that you were a talk show radio host, and that would
They let Gavin on jury duty, and he put that on his paperwork.
Well, and I'm sure they questioned, from what I understand, Gavin's case was a very serious felony, and I would imagine that during that voir dire, it was very intensive.
Hold on. Gavin, what did they ask you during your voir dire?
The only question that I was asked was if there was a witness on the stand, how would I know whether or not they were telling the truth?
What'd you say?
I said, I'd have to hear their testimony first.
What color are they?
At that time, I would have to decipher whether or not they were telling the truth.
Well, and here's the other thing about the...
Well, hang on. And that's the only thing they asked you?
Yes.
Nothing about broadcasting, your career?
No, I put down that my father was a police officer, and because they asked about that on the...
So they did ask you more than one question?
Well, no. Verbally, they asked me that one question. Written, they asked me if I knew any police officers. I said my father was a police officer, and I know many.
But when they're actually talking to you, they asked you one thing.
Yeah.
How are you going to know if this person's telling the truth? Didn't address anything else with you?
Nope. And as far as broadcasting, because they asked if there are going to be any conflicts, I said yes, I work for...
Did they ask you that verbally?
No. Just written.
Okay.
How long was your questionnaire, Gavin?
It was 2 pages.
Okay, so they gleaned a lot of information from that. And here's the other thing that you have to remember. Jury selection is really a misnomer. It's a process of elimination.
I don't care. I want to know why you don't want me on there. Oh, man. Because what that tells me is you don't think I can take information and evaluate who's guilty and who's not.
No, that's not it at all.
That's exactly what that is. No. And I don't care for that.
Well, that's not what it is. It's actually a compliment.
I'll entertain this. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, because you are so persuasive and you're very bright, and people tend to buy into what you say.
So you want stupid people?
No, I want a deliberative group of people.
Well, just the opposite of what you described as far as I am. You want a bunch of stupid sheep.
No. I want people that are...
All right, tell me again why you don't want me, and then I'll point it out.
Well, it's this sort of exchange right here is exactly my point.
This is all valid information. I don't want you because you're very bright. All right, so you want buffoons.
No.
You could be very persuasive. You want somebody that has no opinion.
No, not at all. I would like a group of people who can come in and engage in a deliberative process as a unit. And as much of a team player as you are...
So you think I would take the other 11 jurors and convince them, regardless of what was going on, I would make them see my point, and that'd be the end of it.
I'm shaking my head just like O'Malley is behind you.
Dan, what are you doing?
I'm not necessarily shaking in agreement.
What does that up and down mean?
First of all, it wasn't my fault.
I didn't do it. No, I was shaking my head because I see finally where Everett's coming from as far as not wanting you in that room. Because what he's saying is because you're very, commanding and persuasive, you would take a room full of sheep and tell them which way to go, and they would follow you. Whereas Everett's saying he wants everyone in there to be their own individual, capable of making up their own mind.
Well, hang on. Here's the supposition that you're making is in a room full of 12 people, I'm going to be the smartest one. Normally, in any group, I'm on the lower level.
Again, I don't necessarily agree.
No, I don't really disagree.
I didn't do it. Is that Trey? Thanks, Lee. Well, Trey and Chloe went back over to Majestic for Chloe's second go-around at his shopping spree.
Do this again.
Hello, Trey.
Hello.
Are you there now?
Yeah, we're here.
Do you want me to check the signal?
That would be nice.
All right. Let them know they're on the air.
Hey, you're on the air.
Take them off for a second. Okay, who's got the mic?
All right, Chloe's got the lav, and then you've got the other mic. Here, let's finish.
I do.
Okay.
He's pointing at somebody there. It's Trey.
Hey, Trey.
Once again.
Who's got the other mic?
All right, Chloe has the lav mic.
All right, hang on. I bet Trey's
I hear you hearing me through the phone.
What?
I've got a mic.
You know what? I'm going to hang up and listen. Hello, Trey?
Yes.
All right.
All right, they say we're not getting any station return.
Okay, hold on. I'll take care of that. Let's see. Should be able to hear all the mics now.
All right, yeah, we got it.
Okay. Anything else that I need to do?
Is there anything else he needs to do? No, we're good.
All the headphone levels fine?
Yep.
All right. Everybody else in place?
Yeah, everybody's in place.
Okay. Now, what is that in the background?
Cash register.
In close defense.
Well, I've always wondered what it sounded like on the air. Well, David Henry's always said that.
Yeah.
All right, you're back on.
All right.
Okay.
Did that take care of the feedback?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You got enough help there?
Yeah. We have listeners coming in.
Well, they can't be in the store.
Okay.
That's why the store is supposed to be locked off like the first go-round.
Hey, can you do me a favor? Can y'all give us 60 seconds and...
Yeah, everybody's got to be outside.
So we do this real fast? Okay.
All set now?
Yeah, we're all set.
Store's completely empty.
Well, there's employees here.
Okay. You may want to tell them they need to go stand in the stock room.
Okay. Everyone take cover, stand in the stock room, go, please.
Once again, we've given Command Central to Shaky.
Well, he went through this 3 or 4 hours, 2 hours ago.
I know.
He should already have this down. Are you set now?
Yeah, we're set.
Okay. Do you have your own timer, or you want me to tell you when?
I'm going to give the mic to somebody else, and then you just have to tell me when.
Okay. And you're fully loaded?
I'm fully loaded.
All right. And...
Hang on. Just make sure.
Okay.
All right, stay all over Chloe this time, because I'm not going to end up with a $3,000 whiskey bill.
All right.
I mean, all over his ass. You got it?
I got it.
All right.
All right, Chloe, you ready?
I'm ready over here with the timer.
We're ready.
All right. And your 60-second shopping spree begins now.
Go.
And
I'm going to what was that? 10 seconds.
Was it the
15. 20.
What? Fireworks? I said I wanted to sound like Vietnam. How much?
30.
What?
30 seconds.
All right.
40 seconds.
For the rest of the fireworks. They were supposed to go the entire 60 seconds.
You give the lighter to Shaky?
No, he's got the BB gun. I don't know who's
10
doing
seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Time.
All right, your time's up.
We have ignition.
All right, somebody hand the mic to Trey.
All right.
How'd he do this time?
Oh. Not near as good this first time.
What'd he get?
Got a bottle of Belvedere, a couple of Jacks, a couple of Skies.
Are Skies expensive?
Not too bad.
No.
Not as bad as the Belvedere.
They got like Black Velvet and early time.
Black Velvet and what?
Early times.
What's early times?
Or something, that cheap whiskey.
Oh, very good. Is that all you see on the counter?
And some Clan McGregor Scotch.
You want that, John?
No. I don't need it.
Yeah, I think you do.
I don't.
What's the name of that again?
Clan McGregor.
Yeah.
I don't know those people.
It sounds more like an Irish offshoot.
I don't think so.
Another faction.
Stop. Huh? No, we don't celebrate anything like that.
You have a different saint than St. Patrick?
No.
God.
All right, load up all the stuff and bring him back.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
That was fun. Again.
What do you have instead of a leprechaun?
Nothing.
Yeah, with your...
Can we get past this?
What's the name of the whiskey?
The one that you mentioned was Clan McGregor.
Yeah. What do you have instead of a leprechaun?
We don't have anything.
You got some kind of midget?
No!
Did you get all the videos I sent you today?
What's your problem?
What'd you send it?
Show prep, and he's like, get audio on this news story and read the headline. I click on it. It's midgets screwing old women.
Well,
and other midgets with midgets, and then midgets that are with really big people.
You got something against midgets?
You asked me yesterday when I told you I found a website with some young kids screwing an old lady midget that you wanted to see it.
You saw,
Didn't he?
Yes. I just wonder where they came from.
So I sent that, and then a few other things in case you were interested.
God.
No. Did you pull the audio off the one I told you to?
No, I'm not pulling the audio off of that.
Did you listen to it?
I saw it. I didn't need to listen to it.
The headline says it was some midget porn shoot, and then afterwards it breaks out into some kind of midget fight.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
It said it right at the top of the page.
You were jacking with me. You sent me 7 or 8 links of midget screwing.
I sent you that one twice.
Oh, is that the secret code? Send it twice and it's midget porn?
I said audio may be good on this. Look at its headline.
I thought that's what you were joking just to make me watch it. Oh, I still got it on the computer if you'd like to see it.
I'd give anything to see a good midget fight.
Especially because I watched the first part of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't have time to wait to see how it ended. I went, well, I'll give this to JD and go through it, and it's really got some kind of midget fight at the end. And I'm going to guess they didn't take time to put their clothes back on because you got this little black midget running around who's still hung.
Yeah.
And obviously somebody pissed him off because then there's this fracas.
So you'd like to see that, Everett?
I would love to.
Everett at Everett.com. DallasAttorney.com.
I think it's info at DallasAttorney.com.
Okay. You'll have a weekend of fun.
Yeah, whatever.
You won't have time for your knife shows.
Hey. We do have some audio, though, from this weekend review that's kind of fun. Do you have it over there? Speaking of things in people's mouths. Cut 7.
Does this need a setup? Because you guys are bad about giving me clips. No, it's self-explanatory.
This is you.
It starts in the middle of the bit.
This is you when you're the lover is talking to Reverend Manning.
Okay. Got 7?
Mm-hmm.
Should I stop?
No. You got one more.
That's the first place I saw it on 2 great big old
Please do not bring women into this. For it's only you, me, and the dragon.
Don't speak, you don't eat.
Then I'll speak. And then I'll eat. Perhaps some nice salad. But everyone likes the toast. I should have stopped 2 or 3 clips ago.
I got a word in my mouth.
It's penis. Trey had pulled up a bunch of sound bites from Reverend Manning.
Yeah.
The Reverend we found long before Reverend Wright.
Right.
And he gave them to me. He said, well, see what you can do with those. So I was just playing them random to see what...
Very nice. Reverend Manning, speaking of that, is back. He's come back. He was on a talk show last night. And he's just as loud and pissed off as he was. He's almost worse now.
What was he on?
Than what he said. He was on Hannity and Combs.
Okay.
Cut 33 on the news disc. And they're just all over him. I think this is Combs talking to him first. And he says, how can you as a minister say these things about people? And listen to what he says about Barack's parents and everybody else.
Whose parents?
Barack's.
Okay.
Why do you say those things? Calling him trash, saying, a long-legged freak. And by the way, the video, he had nothing to do with that video. That was independently of Obama.
Yeah, but he could put out a disclaimer about that, but he hasn't done that.
He has nothing to do with the video.
Well, why does he say he has nothing to do with that? Why do you preach
such language in a Christian church?
Well, when you consider who Obama is and what he's trying to do and the danger that he represents for the African-American people, those words are mild compared to...
Calling him trash?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't they stop him there and ask, Lee, are you okay? All right. Lee Harris is screening calls while...
Close out.
Yeah.
Getting stuff.
And I looked in there and Lee's staring through the window with his mouth just a gape.
I've always wanted to watch this show.
Where's the remote?
Oh, come on. You know that's a seductive look.
No, I'm sick of watching this channel. It is high def, though.
This is better than Monkey in the Tub.
All right, where was I?
33.
Manning. Mm. Yeah, well, why would they stop and ask him there, what danger does he present to the African community?
That would be the question.
Instead of saying, well, you're calling him trash, forget about what you're calling him. Go back and address the thing you just threw out. What danger? What is it that I don't get?
They ask him a bunch of questions. He never answers one. Never.
Well, JD actually had booked Manning to be on the show, and I knew this exactly was going to be the case, and you're not going to get an answer. And I'm going to wig out. I'm going to drop a word on him, and then I'm going to be on the news.
Right.
Well thought out.
Who Obama is and what he's trying to do and the danger that he represents for the African American people, those words are mild compared to
calling him trash?
Absolutely. Listen, Obama lied on his mother and his father by saying that they were met at the Selma March, which is not true. So when a man lies on his mother and his father, I mean, what else can you say?
I missed it. His parents met where?
He says they met at the Selma March, which apparently was a big freedom march.
Selma March.
March.
All right, I thought he said something March.
No, March.
Okay. Well, why don't you have a thing for Hillary? She's the one that reports that she went to, was it Bosnia?
Bosnia, yes.
Yeah. Under gunfire.
Had to run for our cars.
Land and run to save her life. And then you had the pilot for the plane and went, maybe she was watching a movie. Got confused.
I still have that audio.
And then she claims, I misspoke. That's nowhere close to misspeaking.
No.
Not only did she make the comment, then she throws out, and that's what happened.
Right. Well, she's done a lot of other disingenuous things, like flavoring her accent to the crowd. You know, I've seen clips of her where she's in the South speaking with this huge Southern drawl, and then she goes up north and uses, calls everybody use guys, and it's very apparent.
I never noticed that. How long is this clip with Madden?
This one's 2.5. I have a 5 total. Who Obama is and what he's trying to do and the danger that he represents for the African American people, those words are mild compared to
calling him trash?
Absolutely. Listen, Obama lied on his mother and his father by saying that they were met at the Selma March, which is not true. So when a man lies on his mother and his father, I mean, what else can you say about
on the
and then he lies about his grandmother.
Maybe you're embarrassed where they really did meet.
Possibly.
And how is that indicative of your overall trustworthiness?
Again, this whole thing is all, I think the whole interview was like 15. I've cut it down to about 7. He does not answer, you're right, he doesn't answer a single question that they ask. And they ask some very poignant questions. How can you say that? And he'll spin off on some of the, and he even does it in one of these clips. I'm speaking from the Bible here. I mean, he throws that down again.
And you're going to verify that how? Because I don't recall anywhere in the Bible that it refers to Obama, his white mama, or where their parents met.
I think one of these guys actually say that. Where in the Bible does it say that Obama's trash?
Did he address that?
It's at some point one of these cuts, yeah. And depicts her as a typical white racist.
That's not what he said, by the way. He said he said that she was a typical white person, which inferred that she was also a racist. He didn't say
white people are racist. Now, he did say that. Because after Obama is trying to get out of back away from the relationship with Reverend Wright, he said, I can't disown him any more than I could my white grandmother.
Don't have to agree with everything he says, but
is afraid of some black people.
Right. Then
he's got to go back and address that later. Why'd you bring up your white grandmother? Then he's got to do a spin on that, and one of the clips was, well, she's just a typical white person. If I were you, you do whatever you want. I believe I'd shut up until sometime next June. Somebody ask you a question.
What?
I don't want to answer.
You're capable, but you just don't want to.
Right.
That's not what he said, by the way. He said he said that she was a typical white
person, which inferred that she was also a racist.
He didn't say racist. He said things. She said
he actually did say that. Those were the words. She's a typical white person.
Right.
Things occasionally that made him cringe.
Well, at any rate, listen, a man that lies on his father and his mother, and I suspect there's a reason why.
How do you focus on that?
Things I've said is he was born trash. On anything to keep from answering these questions. The fact that a man would lie on his mother and his
when
father.
You call somebody being born trash, isn't that hate speech?
No, it's not hate speech. It's the truth. I mean, the Bible calls people liars.
The church, the proper place.
When the Bible refers to a person as a sinner, as a liar, is that hate?
You're supposed to be preaching love and kindness
I do
and
that
God-loving people.
I do that.
And not calling.
All right, so this guy is, he's talking about being sinners. You can refer to them as trash. He just said that Obama was born trash.
Yeah, they go ahead and address that at some point,
well, good for them.
People names, calling political opponents trash.
Alan, everything I do, I mean, I've been a pastor for 27 years, and everything I do is biblically rooted. I mean, you can find
scripture. Where in the Bible to say Barack Obama's trash?
Well, if you want to know, in the book of Psalms, chapter 51, verse 5.
It says Barack Obama's trash?
No, David, the great king, said, I was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. In sin did my mother conceive me. And it was a trashy woman that conceived Barack Obama.
And then you go on about him having a white mother as if that somehow doesn't make him good enough as a black person because he has a white mother.
No. I think that what I'm trying to say with that is that if black people are looking for a black president, then why don't they get a black president, get a black person who has a black father and a black mother rather than a mixture?
Maybe black people just like Obama, regardless of his color. I'm sure there's some black people, blacks traditionally vote more in the Democratic Party, and it's always been a white candidate. So obviously they can discern between color and qualification.
And what is the difference? What percentage of black he is, or even if he is black?
I can't conceive of a more racist statement than what he just said.
Having a black mom and pop.
Well, yeah, if they really want a black person, why don't they get somebody with a black mama and a black daddy? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah.
He's not black enough, like JD says. That's basically what they're saying.
to get a black president, get a black person who has a black father and a black mother, rather than a mixture.
Oh, no, so it's not good enough. We shouldn't have a president who's half white, half black. That
No!
Oh, no.
We ain't have no mulatto running the country. Too much cream in the coffee. Ha ha! Got
that we should automatically be disqualified.
But then
'cause
don't
he's not
call him a
enough?
black president. Then don't call him a black candidate.
He's black. I've seen him. I've seen black people. He looks just like all the ones I've seen.
You really want a black president?
It's like if Hillary was half black, half white, but her skin was white. She looks like all the white bitches I've seen. What difference does it make if there's any white lineage
Doesn't.
in his family?
It's ridiculous.
And again, guys from the pulpit are the only people bringing this up.
It is amazing that he was able to take any part of the Bible and take cover with that.
Yeah.
Psalms.
I was born into sin. I thought you were born without sin. And then you go and then you screw it up.
Right.
How we doing, Dan?
Need a break.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I'll give you 2 minutes, so.
That's very generous.
I do what I can.
All right. I think he's born evil. I want to pick up on that. You're a Christian man. You accept Jesus Christ as your Savior.
Okay, they're going to say what I just
God has
brought up.
babies who are born evil.
David said in the Bible that I was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. And the next verse 6 of Psalms 51, he said,
Because you're born in sin doesn't mean you're a sinner.
Right. He was thinking about his
in
mother.
essence, we're all born in sin. If the entire human race we're all sinners, then everybody's born in sin, so everybody's trash. So that argument right there is gone. Get that reverend on here.
You will not last 30 seconds with him. No. What's the point? What is it?
You're right. You're not going to get any answers.
There is no answer.
When JD came in about 3 weeks ago, he said, Manning will come on.
Yep.
And initially I'm like, all right. And then I thought, this is going to be like the who are the other guys that all wear the same outfits?
Black Panthers?
New Black Panthers?
No, the ones with the glasses. They all dress like the same guy. Who?
Farrakhan's guys.
Yeah, all the Louis Farrakhan.
I don't know if they have a specific name. We'll just go with Farrakhan's group.
Okay. We played audio from them before.
Oh, yeah.
They don't answer any questions.
Right.
They have exactly what it is that they want to say, regardless of what it is that you ask. They're going to stay on. It's like calling for tech service in India. Regardless of what I say, you're going to answer with something else. Well, that's not what I want. I need software for this hard drive. You want the extended warranty? No! I can't do anything with the computer without this software. Well, the extended warranty has this software. I just want the software.
How many years for the warranty? What do you like?
Give me the software. Hard? You want Pop-Tarts?
No.
Trey's back. We square now?
Yeah, you came out much better this time.
What was the tab this go around? A lot better than 3200?
Oh, yeah, much better. It's like...
Why are you out of breath?
I've worked my ass off keeping... I went in front of a lot of times. I mean, he's zagging around, and I'm trying to get in front of him. I'm nailing him in the head, and it was hard work.
Okay. How many listeners are out there?
15 cars. So I don't know how many.
And you were going to leave them inside while the fireworks are going off?
No, most of them were outside, but if you wanted to try to come in, and so I had to politely say, leave.
No. Okay. So about how much?
160.
Boy, you got a deal.
If that much.
30-something hundred.
You want to eat the 3,200?
No, that wasn't my deal.
What?
Wasn't my bargain with him.
Chloe knew that I was going to pay for everything that he pulled off the shelf.
Yeah.
I give him ratings bonuses. I do other things for him. Yes. And he's going to go into a Majestic and screw his buddy.
He did go a bit over the top.
He grabbed a bottle of Louis XIII.
I know, that's
and that was how much a bottle?
$1,400 or something.
Jeez. And that's a guy that goes to a bar a lot. He knows what it costs.
What?
I'm tired. Thank you, or whatever's going on.
Yeah, okay. Happy birthday. Yeah. Mama. All right, any more audio here?
I have 10 more. If you want a break, can
you tell if we really need a break, class? We do? All right, we'll be back.
Russ Martin Show. A show about everyday life where nothing is forbidden. The Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Plan on another long tear about this, but if you, just like Reverend Manning when he threw out, if you really want, you're black and you want a legit, certified black person, they got to have a black mom, black daddy. All right? If somebody in a white shirt said, you're voting for McCain because he's white, you better go back and check his family album just to make sure.
Exactly. And
there's no way that you're going to be able to point back to biblical prophecy or any other scriptures to pull your ass out of that.
This guy somehow does it. I don't know how he continues to.
For whatever reason, the black people are only having the fun now with the racism.
Maybe
and it's just the reverends that are getting away with it.
Yeah, well, because every one of them says, I'm in the Bible zone, or whatever they said. And they cover themselves with a shield.
Speaking for God. Go against me, go against God.
That's funny because they were talking about today. Mainstream media.
They who?
I think it was CNN.
Okay.
Basically said race and sex pretty much off-limit topics because the only thing they can do now is they're picking on McCain because of his age.
Race and sex as far as who is off?
Hillary and Obama.
You understand what he said?
No, I didn't. How's it off topic? I mean,
who's it off limits for?
For people to really bring up and make it a deciding factor to say, do you really want to vote for a woman or do you really want to vote for a black man? People, they're not going to say that. But they can
say... With McCain, you can say, do you want to vote for somebody who's 75, where near the end of his term, he's going to be almost 80?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Don't want to hear any more of this Manning stuff.
There's more. It's very interesting. 34 is Barack was born evil.
You're saying he's born evil. I want to pick up on that. You're a Christian man. You accept Jesus Christ as your Savior. Do you believe that God has babies who are born evil?
David said in the Bible that I was born in sin and shapen in iniquity. And the next verse 6 of Psalms 51, he says, it was in sin that...
Even somebody as buffoonish as I am, you could stop him there and say, aren't we all sinners? Yes. Then we're all born into sin. So why is it that you picked Obama? Why is that your poster baby?
Yeah, you're right. They do let him go on too long.
Well, it's not going on too long. That's a valid point to bring up. He's born in sin. If we're all sinners, then we're all together. What is it, Dan?
This is what I hate about most churches and pastors is he's cherry-picking stuff out of the Bible. What he brought up...
That's not even a good thing to cherry-pick.
I agree, it's not. But what he's trying to say, he's trying to paint Obama in a certain way. Okay, he's born trash, he was born sin, whatever. What he's pulling from Psalms and what David said, that's from the Old Testament, which has nothing to do with Jesus being the Lord and Savior and clearing every one of their sins. So he's cherry-picking something and pinning it on Obama without even thinking about what Jesus did, which is stupid.
And again... The example you use, you're pulling out a Bible, new, old, I don't give a rat's ass. Born into sin. If we're all guilty of the same thing, then we're all born in the same environment. We're all born sinners. So Obama isn't really, he ain't carrying the franchise on it.
Any different than anybody else we're ever going to elect to that office.
And what you think, there are two guys on the show, right?
Yes.
Probably a lot smarter than I am. Why wouldn't they stop and bring that point up? We're all sinners. You were born in sin. How come you ain't trash? Because right now, I'm thinking it.
I don't think they ever do, actually.
My mother conceived me. So, oh, Lord, please forgive me and have mercy upon me. Because I got started out in sin.
We're all born evil.
Oh, absolutely. We're all born in sin.
So is he more evil?
Well, I suppose that's what he represents right now.
You know the man?
He has the opportunity to inflict more evil than I do at present. Have I met him? No, I haven't met him. But he does have the opportunity to inflict
Whatever
more
happened to judge not lest ye be judged?
Whatever happened to that is that it's been grossly misinterpreted. There's no
That's what I was waiting on.
Wow. And you can carry on a conversation for hours if you're going to be able to go back and spin your interpretation of the Bible.
Yes.
Like judge not lest you be judged. Well.
That was only meant for the people that were being told that at the time. It really didn't apply to the rest of us.
It doesn't apply to those of us behind the pulpit. Those of us who can make the judgment call. I've been around. I've seen it all. I've been every place, man. Obama is trash. I know what trash is. I put him out every Tuesday. I see trash. Ha ha! God.
Yeah. That was so weird to hear in the car.
What?
And Chloe and I, when we were coming back listening, and you did that, we both stopped and was like, that's just so odd to hear that and not watch you do it.
Oh. You don't get anything out of it?
I get a lot out of it. It was just a different experience.
You felt like you're getting short-sheeted?
No, just different experience. We're used to being in here, and then all of a sudden you're in the car. We both visualize, know exactly what you're doing. But
so you think the listeners get nothing out of it?
The listeners get plenty out of it.
Oh, stop.
It's just because we're normally in here.
Trey, stop.
Well, if it's all visual, I'll stop.
It's not all visual. It was just a different experience for the two of us.
Okay,
not for the listeners.
No, I got it. God. I'll drop it out of my shtick.
No.
Can go through life without judging. It simply says.
Back it up.
But he does have the opportunity to inflict.
Whatever happened to judge not lest ye be judged?
Whatever happened to that is that it's been grossly misinterpreted. There's no way you can go through life without judging. It simply says with whatever judgment you make, there will be consequences. And as the consequences are, the judgments I'm making, but you can't stop making judgments. You've made judgments about me. You make judgments all day long.
I don't even know you, sir. All I know is what I've seen. I'm trying to talk to you not to understand you.
Well, there's a monumental difference between judging people and acting on it.
Sure.
You can look at somebody. Somebody in the course of 8 seconds tell you if I'd wish them dead.
Yeah.
JD and I were at the airport. We were traveling. I think we were going to Colorado for the TV show.
Were.
Some guy's walking over to us. We ain't never seen him before. I went, this guy is a complete pee hole. Don't talk to him because he won't leave us alone. He stood there for 20 minutes at the airport.
He didn't leave us alone the entire trip.
Is that the trip that with the Hooters girls?
Yes.
That everyone got laid, but
JD and me. And what made it worse is JD and I couldn't ski, so we had to take the camera guys made us retake after retake. So by the end of the day, we're both fried.
Just beat. And
we go back to the condo. We pass out. Next morning, one of the chicks that worked at Hooters, it's back in the 80s. Man, my is sore. I don't know who all I slept with last night. Hottest chick in the bunch.
Yeah.
And we got to have breakfast with her.
And hear about her getting banged.
Man, you know what? If you were awake last night, I think I screwed you.
Kendra.
God, what a memory. Yeah. We were halfway up the mountain at that little table.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Whore.
Because we were asleep.
Make any difference?
That's why we didn't get it.
We knew we were missing out on all the parties. But we just played it off on
sunburned and you're sore and everything else. The last thing you want to do is go dance.
Well,
we forced ourselves to do it one night.
Most of the people up there that are skiing would just go do it. They would enjoy themselves. They didn't have to go back and retrack every footstep that they made so you could take the same shot over and over.
Yeah.
And then one time that I flew into the trees, drained the light out of me.
There was nothing I could do to stop you.
You didn't say anything.
What am I going to say?
I passed JD. I'd lost control. All I hear behind me is, he's dead.
No, I was snowplowing.
I got the audio, still the video audio from that.
I was just snowplowing. That was all I could do to stay on those damn skis.
I was snowplowing and I wasn't stopping.
No, you were speeding. compared to what I was doing. He went, when he's dead.
No screaming. Hey, you might want to help him. Drop the camera. He's dead. Okay.
Making judgments. You've made judgments about me. You make judgments all day long.
I don't even know you, sir. All I know is what I've seen. I'm trying to talk to you now.
The point I was making earlier is making a judgment in your head than actually trying to influence other people by your judgment. Those are separate.
Totally.
So you don't equate the two. And don't say, well, you judge people all the time. Absolutely.
Grossly. Oh, what do you say? Grossly what?
Misinterpreted. Me? You make judgments all day long.
I don't even know you, sir. All I know is what I've seen. I'm trying to talk to you now to understand you a little more.
I'm going to let it roll over.
Okay.
I don't support Barack Obama's views. There is no... Barack Obama is a human being. He is a human being. You're a Christian, and you're calling him trash. You're calling his mother...
Still the same show?
The other guy took over, yeah.
Okay. Almost sounds like Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, I think that's Sean Hannity.
All right.
Wait a minute, a whore. This is...
I never called her a whore.
You said, wait a minute, you said it's a whoring...
Then you can go. Well, forget the other 3 hours where you talked about everything else from him and his mama to his pea head.
We did is call his daddy a whore. Actually, it's a whoring daddy.
Oh.
Father. You called his father and you called his mother a trashy one.
Yeah.
Pastor, this is unacceptable. You cannot do this. Is not, we will never have people run for office if they're going to be treated like this. This is not fair to Barack Obama.
Sean, if people are going to run for office, we need to have the things that they do that are noble, that are good, that are virtuous and decent. We need to put those on the table.
Pastor, do you believe God made trashy children?
Can I finish? Wouldn't you agree that if you put the noble things on the table, we also need to know about the non-noble?
You're right. I wouldn't have been able to tolerate him for 10 seconds.
You come over that table.
You're born... Barack was born in sin.
That's where you...
So now, anything he does is going to be questionable. Well, you were born in sin. Where is it that you two guys get off? Is it because you went to the seminary?
Yes, exactly.
And he decided to go into politics?
That's exactly
Your mama ain't white, so all of a sudden, you're a better person than he is?
Don't understand. I really don't understand why they even had him on, because like you'd see this coming. You'd see this is going to be a train wreck.
And they don't shut up when they bring something up and you want to address it. I can't finish my sentence?
No.
You're not answering the question I asked. Had you addressed it, I'd let you talk all day. But you ain't nowhere near where I am.
Yeah, you need to do a TV talk show sometime. No, you can go across the table and get along.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you one thing.
Switch on the Russ cam.
Wouldn't you agree that if you put the noble things on the table, we also need to know about the non-noble things, the awful things that people do as well?
Pastor, do you believe God created all human beings?
I absolutely
do. You believe that Jesus is your personal Lord and Savior?
Oh,
I believe these things.
About that.
Okay,
don't start me talking about that.
If God created all human beings, how can you say any one human being is trash? How do you say that about a man and attack him and attack his family and attack...
He ain't going to answer that one. You either move on to something else or you get rid of him. And I mean, just let him leave.
I understand.
I believe I said I wasn't going to go off on a tangent on this. That's all we've done.
Well, it continues to, and the absurdity continues of this.
The absurdity is because he continues to cloak himself with the Bible, and really there's no biblical references you can directly point at.
Now, we're about 4.5 minutes into the 7 minutes I have pulled, and has he made a point yet? Has he made a statement that makes sense? Has he answered a question?
No.
Why is he giving this much credibility?
In fact, he's added more confusion to the reason he doesn't like Obama.
Exactly.
Born in sin. Okay, we've covered that one. Yeah, you missed that one, Reverend. But that's okay. We'll move on to something else. Maybe you get the next one right. Credibility, I don't know, Everett.
Well, his views are so ludicrous. I mean, here he is on a major national talk show espousing them.
I don't think most people knew who he was. I forget how Trey came across the link.
Right.
We went off on him for a week or so. Then Reverend Wright came along, Obama's pastor. Lost track of Manning.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know why he's come to the forefront when the whole focus has been on Reverend Wright.
Yeah, and why would we even purport to listen to someone that espouses such nonsense?
Because it's fantastic. It's beyond believable that when you got somebody like Imus that gets his ass completely climbed up by not just one person, but an entire team, loses his job, luckily gets it again for some innocuous, dumbass comment that he made.
Right.
And you've got a reverend that can throw nonstop racism out, and nobody does anything about it.
It's an amazing double standard.
Well, that's the dichotomy that draws us towards it. Thank you.
Attack his mother and attack his father and his children are listening to
attacked
this.
his mother and father.
You
long before
attacked
I did.
him. You said it from the pulpit.
How did he attack his mother and his father?
I have no
First
idea.
of all, his dad left, so there was no way to get at him. I'm sure he'll address this, so I'll just calm the hell down.
Crystal clear.
Father and his children are
He
listening to
attacked
this.
his mother and father.
You
long before
attacked
I did.
him. You said
he
it from the
did.
pulpit.
He lied when he said his father and his mother met in Selma. That's an attack upon his mother.
That's not attacking
He attacked
anybody.
his grandmother by saying she's a typical white racist.
Well, that is.
This is unacceptable.
I mean, he has done far worse than I've done. I'm mild compared to what Barack himself has done.
Let it roll one more time. This is Hannity thinks he's
How could you say this? If you believe God created all human beings, how could you? He's not responsible. I don't know anything about his mother and father.
Listen, Sean,
Wait. But he's running for president. It's not his parents running for president. You're attacking his mother. You're attacking his father, and you're saying he was born trash. I disagree with Barack Obama, but I think he's probably a good man who he's wrong on his views, but he has good intentions.
I disagree with you that he's a good man.
Oh, come on.
I'm entitled.
Also didn't address you're attacking his family. They're not running for president. Where's your answer there?
No, don't have one.
Non-existent.
This is terrible. No,
This is terrible.
If
on his views, but he has good intentions.
I disagree with you that he's a good man.
Oh, come on.
I'm entitled to my opinion.
Terrible.
No,
this is terrible.
Have you ever known, is it possible for you to ever know a person who is a bad person, that has been born in this world, that's an evil person?
You said he
who
was
should
born
not?
trash. He's a human being,
Let's just
Pastor.
talk general now. Let's talk general
Wait,
now.
you said he was born trash.
You're speaking as if no one can possibly be born evil or trash.
No, I don't think Barack Obama's evil, and I think he was born trash. He's a human being.
And if somebody's born evil, why not just send them straight to hell?
Exactly. Well,
yeah, there's no point to try and rehabilitate on Earth.
Right. If they start out already behind the curve, why let them be there?
And he just keeps beating that one Bible verse over and over and over and
well,
over.
that one doesn't make any sense.
No.
And he attacked his parents by saying they met at...
They met somewhere they didn't meet.
How
is that an attack?
Is that march something that's noteworthy?
I think so, but I mean... What difference does it make?
Is it someplace that they wouldn't have wanted to be seen?
I think it's in Alabama.
Okay. What was the march? Yes, Mr. Trenholm, do you know?
Mm-hmm.
All right, go right ahead.
It was a very famous civil rights march.
Okay. Well, that is
Dr.
someplace that you'd want to be seen.
Yes.
My question was, is it someplace that black people, or even white people, someplace you wouldn't want anybody to know that you were there?
No. That's something
okay.
you put
Well,
on
then
a resume.
how is it an attack?
It's not. None of that makes sense. And they keep bringing that up. You're the one that say all the bad stuff. Nobody's attacking these adults.
Well, another problem is, as a pastor and a Christian, the whole thing of Christianity is that you are cleansed by Christ's blood. So even if you're born a sinner, if you're a Christian, you're forgiven. So what does it matter if you're born in sin or not?
I think we covered that.
Sorry.
It's all right. Well, before we need a break.
3 minutes.
More?
There's one more if you want to go to 37. He asked him, is Obama actually bad for African Americans?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Based on what?
Because African American people, now they don't like hearing this, but they have made wrong choices over the...
Why don't you just come out, and I'm speaking on behalf of Reverend Manning now,
okay?
And I don't want to be taken out of context. If you're going to continue down this pathway, just say you think all black people are stupid, because that's exactly what all the rhetoric that you're throwing out, that's what it's based on. Right. Black people aren't smart enough to go back and research Obama, see if his mom's white, and decide, that doesn't make dick to me. I couldn't give a rat's ass.
I have to tell you.
He's thinking black people are stupid and they'll take things at face value.
I have to tell you from the pulpit, because God told me to tell you.
So from the pulpit, I can call, oh, you stupid!
I'm just the middleman.
I'm just a mouthpiece. Don't blame me.
You talk to God.
Yeah. God said it. I'm just standing here passing his word. Stupid mother... All right, where was I?
the last 150 years, and over the last 50 years in particular, choosing Louis Farrakhan, choosing Bill Clinton, praising O.J. Simpson.
He's gone. Likely all of them.
These are wrong
He's
choices.
painting them stupid.
So are you suggesting blacks should choose conservatives? Is that your point?
No, I'm not saying that, but I think that you're misunderstanding the fact. If you look at, if a man, the end results of a man's life, of how he prospers and what he does.
He hasn't done anything yet.
No, and I still go back to the very basic question. How does this have to do with race? How does the president...
Because that's what gets Reverend Manning
upset.
Airtime.
Okay.
You make it race-related. You make it hate-related. People are going to turn to that. If he was just a normal pastor that did nothing but praised Obama and talked about his qualifications, we'd never seen him on television, the internet, or heard him on the radio. None of that would happen. You preach hate, and all of a sudden, you're a lightning rod for attention.
You're a racist.
I am not racist. I'm sleeping with you. You're colored. How could I be a racist?
You're colored.
Oh, yes. I am so close.
Your health. Then my mouth.
Well, I believe I'm going to pass some of my health along to you. I'll give you the heads up.
You my nigga, come here.
Oh, sorry, what?
You my nigga, come here.
Oh, no, you didn't. Ready to break it? All right. We'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show.
All right, stop the break, Flo. Tell that to me again, Dan.
Okay. He's saying...
The guy on line one.
Yes, the guy on line one is saying that you're doing the same thing Reverend Manning is. Reverend Manning is condemning Obama. You're doing the same thing to Reverend Manning.
All right. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, boss man. What I'm saying is this. Reverend Manning made a public speech as a pastor.
I stopped. Take the pastor out of it because his religious association has nothing to do with this.
Great, even better. Proves my point even better. He made a public speech. He made a public speech, brought out stuff that he heard in Barack Obama's political campaign. Barack Obama saying his parents this. He brought his opinion to the forefront. Just as you're bringing your opinion to the forefront of Reverend Manning, it's making you do the same thing, and you're condemning Reverend Manning for about it. I don't agree with what he said. But he has a right to his opinion.
I'm condemning him based on his hate. I don't give a rat's ass really what he throws out.
Where's his hate from? He's bringing his opinion.
He doesn't like Obama. He doesn't like Obama because his mom's white.
But how many people out there don't like you when you insult them and they still listen to you?
That's got nothing to do with my color. It's the fact that I'm an a-hole.
Exactly. That's still, I mean, my point of that is...
Well, you're not making any sense. No. I stop and I'll tell you. People hate me because I've done something. Manning doesn't like Obama's mama simply because she's white. She's trash because of her skin color, and that's about as racist as you can paint that.
He said...
I heard what he said. Don't go back and... You will not.
Where'd the lover come from?
Let me try that on him.
He said...
I'm sorry. You were on hold for a second. Go right ahead.
I'm sorry, boss man. Didn't mean to yell at you on your show.
That's quite all right. Go right ahead.
He did not like his mother because of the way his mother had Barack Obama and the meaning of the father outside of marriage, which I can understand for a pastor taking a pastoral stance. He didn't say, I don't like his mother because she's white.
That's exactly what he said. He said, if you want to... No, don't put that on me. I'm not going to be able to have a conversation with him.
No, you're not.
I've been through all of the Manning stuff. Not only has he made public speeches, he's doing interviews, one-on-ones. It's still public, but that's more of a conversation. And to equate me with anybody else, people hate me because I got it coming. Just to hate somebody because of their skin color, I don't know how many different ways to point at racism.
This is clearly, by definition, this is as bright as it can be. The only reason Obama's incapable of running this country is his mama's white and his daddy's black.
And that's where all of this stemmed from. In fact, I got no more time for this.
Well,
Boss man.
Yes,
I
Mike. I wish you would die. All right, we'll be back.
We'll be back to the Russ Martin Show. A show about everyday life where nothing is forbidden. The Russ Martin Show.
Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please.
Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please. Call an ambulance, please. I have a bad case of diarrhea. 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 I have a bad case of.
Dan, are all those Manning calls? Because I'm really done with this. There's no way to talk to him, get him on the air, and get any question answered. Because if he'll rewrite any part of the Bible that he doesn't agree with, the judge not lest ye be judged.
Yeah, that's a good
one. That's overrated. Well, if you can ignore different parts of the Bible that they're going to create problems, right, but use the bits and pieces that are going to help you out, then you're never going to get pinned in a hole.
You're never going to answer a question.
What, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, most people were calling in, obviously siding with you. I think the only call I've taken ever since you brought up Reverend Manning, I put through to you to say, well, you're actually doing the same thing that Manning is.
And I still never got his point. Not even. I don't like, here it is simplified. I don't like Reverend Manning because of what he said. He doesn't like Obama's mama for no reason.
Right. And the guy that called in, I think Mike was his name, he way oversimplified it by saying Manning is judging Obama and obviously other people, and you are judging Manning.
He's judging Manning. He's judging Obama based on nothing. I'm judging Manning, and I didn't say don't judge people. I do that nonstop. I get a lot of enjoyment out of it.
All day, every day.
I didn't say I agree.
First off, I didn't do it.
But I think that's what he was saying.
I don't get how you extrapolate that.
He extrapolated it by just breaking everything down, taking everything, all the content out of what Manning was saying, and just straight up saying he's judging Obama, you're judging Manning. That's it.
It's okay to judge people based on what they've done. That's the way that you calculate your opinion of them.
Unless you take the literal translation of the Bible, which obviously Reverend Manning does not, in which case you can't judge at all because you're not supposed to.
That's it.
Because that's God's job.
Right.
That's the literal translation.
God says, I'll take care of it. Well, sometimes God's a little slow and I got to step in.
You're in for God now, pinch hitting.
He's a busy fella.
I understand.
And some would say God created you, so therefore, in your mind or to other people, you therefore could be an instrument of God.
You are.
Why wouldn't a disciple be able to speak on God's behalf?
If you're speaking correctly, you can.
Who's to decide? You can't judge me.
I judged you.
Well, then you're next.
I know what you are.
Did you guys give Chloe's cake, or is that...
Yeah.
We passed that?
No, I brought it in.
Did you want to cut it?
I just brought it in during the break. This card.
Chocolate. Where's the... You got no candles?
I'm sorry.
Why didn't he have candles?
I'm sorry. I got halfway here and realized I'd forgotten candles. I'm sorry. I got the cake. I got the card. I got this spider.
What, why wouldn't you get him candles?
I just forgot. I was already halfway here and I could have turned around and late to work, but I just forgot the candles.
And you're having a fit because you ain't got no candles?
Yeah.
There.
God.
There's your God. You like chocolate, though, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the matter with it?
Nothing. Chocolate. It's got white on the inside.
It's a white sheet cake.
It's an Obama cake.
With chocolate frosting.
You ain't got to eat it if it ain't all black. You want an all black cake? We'll get you a great big cake. I'll get you 10 great big cakes and you eat them all. Eat them all, big. Like on the inside now. Eat the cake. God. Happy God. Birthday.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I think I'll be okay without candles, though. Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I think of all people, JD would remember the candles.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Especially on a chocolate cake.
All right.
When you were holding that, though, I really thought that was about to go flying over JD's puss.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not going to throw a close birthday cake at John. Let me correct that. I wasn't.
Jack, put it down. Try and quit it. Don't do that. Don't.
Claw, are you going to be mad if something happens with it?
I will. That's going to go everywhere. I'll be upset. I bought it.
No, I
shouldn't have to get it thrown at me.
You okay with it?
Oh, absolutely.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, come on.
What have I done?
Forgot my damn candles.
I want to get the damn cake.
You didn't get him no candles. That man got a birthday, he got no candles. Plus, you got him an Obama cake.
It's a white sheet cake with black frosting.
Well, why did you get him a couple of great big 52 double D? Just put Obama across the top of it. 2 candles.
I understand.
He's one sticking out of each.
You've done that. I've completely failed you, Chloe.
That's all real chocolate, right?
Yes, it's all real chocolate.
What do you mean?
Unlike my birthday cake.
Oh, that.
Oh, that. You want some in wipes?
Some what?
Wipes.
Oh, I thought you called them in wipes.
Oh.
So I was going to say, I haven't touched one. Thanks. Oh, you have that audio?
What?
Cut number 4.
Were you here the day we did that, Everett?
What?
JD's birthday cake?
I think I don't know that I was. Actually, I heard about it, but I'd love to hear the actual event.
I thought we played this for you.
You may have, but it's certainly worth hearing again.
We stick dog turds on the top of it.
It was just a...
Picks it up, smells it, about 2 seconds from eating it.
Right.
Closer than that.
What's that, Chloe?
4.
Happy birthday to you.
I've seen cakes around here explode.
Trey, just come around this way.
Catch fire. You don't. It's not a birthday song.
Blow the candles out.
I'm afraid. Oh, God. Very nice.
Thank you.
Give me my glasses. I'll blow it out first. Then I'll describe it.
What's the matter, Dan?
You see it, Dan?
Trying to get a look at what that is on top of the cake.
Look, here, I'll open the box. There. It's a nice little cake, about 4 inches by 6 inches. Beautiful, too. Multi-layered. White chocolate. Let me taste a little white chocolate. I should. Oh, very tasty. Mm. And right in the middle of it on top, it's what appears to be a dog do.
Yeah.
It looks very
it's
realistic.
A dog do decoration.
Pick it up.
That's real.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now.
I turned away and looked for a half second, turned around and looked back at him, and his mouth was opening. I just had enough time to get that out of my head.
If it had just been a junky old cupcake, I would have been more suspicious. It was a beautiful gourmet cake that somebody said, that fancy frosting, and I thought,
well, it's funnier to take dog crap and put it on a gourmet cake.
I know, but then I thought possibly you had somebody design something in chocolate that looked like a dog.
It still had grass stuck in it.
That could have been anything. They're very creative there in the kitchens.
JD thought those were sprinkles.
And do you not have a sense of smell?
Actually, these didn't really smell because they'd been out in the yard for a while.
Oh, okay.
But they were just right before the point of turning white.
Almost petrified.
Yeah. what appears to be a dog do.
Yeah.
It looks very
it's
realistic.
A dog do decoration.
Pick it up.
That's real.
You freaking pig! We're in a giant piece of cake! Beautiful God!
Never eat anything in this room again, ever. God.
All right, where were we?
I think we'd finished with Manning.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, what is it, Dan?
I've got good news in matters of police versus criminals.
All right.
Authorities said
something is wrong with your mic. Have you guys noticed that today?
Yeah, I noticed it
lower
today,
earlier,
yeah.
and now it's.
Well, where have you got it set in there?
I've actually got it set about a notch higher than it normally is with me.
It sounds crisp.
It sounds like it's clipping, almost on the point of distortion. Why don't you bring it down in there, and I'll bring it up in here.
Okay, this is where I normally have it.
Still sounds like something's wrong.
You know what it might have been? The box fan that ate itself earlier this week. It might have bounced into my processor down here.
Did that make the weekend review?
You know, as soon as I said that, I thought, damn it, I don't think I pulled that.
No. We had tons of stuff from the weekend review.
What could that mean?
What?
A fan that ate itself.
We were going to do the cash cube for Chloe on Monday.
Right.
And Outrageous Adventures couldn't get it to us by Monday.
Okay.
So we got a bunch of box fans, stuck it in the newsroom in there.
Okay.
Because it's a closed area.
Right.
Then we were just going to throw cash in front of it.
Okay.
One of them had a fan that was out of a blade that was out of balance. And it just
ate itself.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We just let it run in there, and it walked around the floor and exploded.
Yeah, we just turned it on and closed the door.
Let Chloe go for it.
No, he wouldn't go in there. We sent Ryan in there to shut it off.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't walk in backwards to protect himself. Walks straight in, squats down, looks right in the middle of it. Where's that switch? Unplug it! All right, good.
Yes, police matters.
Well, hang on. Anything worthy in the weekend review?
Yeah, there's 15 cuts of worthy.
Well, give me a good one.
Let's start with 3. I'm not sure if Everett's up to speed on the camel spider situation.
Set up?
Yeah. We were just talking about the camel spiders in
I want
Iraq.
to go to Iraq, and all these guys are afraid because there's camel spiders over there the size of something huge.
All right.
Exactly.
Is that enough?
Yeah, JD wants to go. None of us do because of camel spiders.
Okay. Hold on. Those the pictures that we've seen are massive.
They're big. They're very big.
And the one driving the bus.
No, but I've talked to people
because you drive and they take the change.
Just the rearview mirror.
Yeah. Tell people to sit down.
Make a call. Yeah. No, the people that have been there say they've been over there and they've never seen one.
Toby Keith's people.
And
they've never seen one camel spider.
I got emails from people that have been there in the military that have said, we've heard about them, we've never seen one. The whole time we were here.
And they shield them from that so as not to spread that rumor in the rest of the states.
How do you think we keep the spiders?
And Dan's right. Nobody's going to admit to that because that's not going to do anything as far as recruitment.
It's propaganda.
If you put up one of those camel spiders at one of the recruitment offices, ain't nobody signing up for Deke.
It'll be an army of none.
I'm not fighting that.
No, they don't. They're not. They are there. They're just not as prolific as you are indicating. They've been there 6
All I care is if there's one.
Well,
if there's one driving a bus, that's too many.
All right. Anything else?
Go to 11. This is when the chick called in to complain about
your electric bill.
What?
Line 4.
Who is it?
She wants to know why you keep complaining about your electric bill.
Because I got to pay it. Because I got to pay it.
Yeah, because you got to pay it. I pay my bill, and my house is like 3 bedrooms plus a den plus a front room.
What's your electric bill?
I pay it.
What's your electric bill?
My bill was like $110.
And you found how to scrape by how?
I went out that rent, but still I have like electric that I have to.
I don't understand the question. Well, I'm bitching for paying an electric bill that's over $2,000, and that ain't for the whole year. That was 1 month.
Well, apparently y'all have a leak or something. I don't know.
I'll go home and I'll start sniffing around the sockets. Well, look at that. There's a puddle right there in front of that one. Is that it?
No. What do you think, Judy? 14?
Okay.
This was
I know this one.
News story we found, Everett, describing the different kinds of condoms that you have options to buy in a pharmacy. This was supposed to help.
Okay.
A lot of guys, it can be embarrassing enough to have to go into a drugstore and buy a box of condoms. Well, it can be even worse to sit there and try to...
You can even tell on this clip the difference between Dan's mic now and earlier in the week. What?
Well, when I did this, I was actually in there with you.
Never mind.
Figure out which one to buy. So, just to make your life a little bit easier, here's a breakdown of the various types of condoms that you'll find at most stores. First, flavored condoms. These are obviously designed to make things nicer for her. Also, there's extra thin. This condom is 20% thinner to an...
Why are you wearing a condom when it's in her mouth?
Because that's ultimately safe sex.
Yeah, all right.
Prostitutes do that.
I'll tell you what, I won't even ask. You just tell us whenever you're ready.
We're taping the show, right?
You know how.
Because... No, wait.
We need a break for like it. Yes. You want it now? Yeah. What's the story you've been trying to push on me?
Oh, yeah. Authorities said a man, this is today, was killed after an exchange of gunfire broke out during an attempted traffic stop.
Hang on a second. I know what I forgot. That just reminded me. Okay. Everett screwed up earlier in the show. We still have to do the Russell Tell and shoot things off of his head.
No.
Can you guys get that set up during a break?
Sure.
Everything we need.
Yes.
All right. Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, okay. Police said the man fled after a Dallas County constable tried to pull over his car. The constable called in for backup. The man tried to flee. The chase ended at I-20 and Hampton Road, which is where police said the suspect got out of his car and shot at officers. Officers then returned fire, and the suspect was killed during the exchange.
Nice.
Did you see the video?
Which department was this?
It was Dallas County sheriffs and constables, I believe.
All right.
And DPD, I'm sure, was involved in there somewhere.
Trey?
Majestic.
Thank you. What were you about to say, John?
I just said, did you see the video? There were so many police cars.
All of them.
All the ones they own. They got some out of the shop and brought them over.
Yeah. They cop cars actually on tow trucks?
Yeah. Let's just get in. I'll pull you.
All right, we'll be back. You guys go start setting up now.
Russ Martin Show. Now, back to the Russ Martin Show.
Anything else from the weekend review before we go?
There's a ton of stuff. I have one piece of audio I'd like you to hear if you've got time. In the news disc at number 38, it's Al Gore.
Is it time sensitive?
Well, he's on 60 Minutes this weekend talking about global warming.
Okay. Okay.
It takes about 20 seconds. 38. This is a tease from 60 Minutes.
Have you heard this, Claude?
Yeah. Well, you're launching this big ad campaign at a time when there's still a lot of skepticism about whether global warming is man-made.
I don't think there's a lot. I think
there's pretty impressive people, like the vice president. He said we don't know what causes it.
You're talking about Dick Cheney.
Yeah, but others. And they say we don't know what causes it, and why spend all this money till we really, really know?
I think that those people are in such a tiny, tiny minority now with their point of view. They're almost like the ones who still believe that the moon landing was staged in a movie lot in Arizona. And
Will you dick?
You can stop it right there. That's the punchline.
It's almost like he's launched a personal attack.
It's a lot easier to... We didn't go!
As much as I hate Al Gore, I think he's right on that one. His point is wrong that there's more people that believe like you do about the moon. Shut up.
It's a lot easier for me to prove that global warming is based on the fact that we rotate around the sun. And we went to the moon only because we got pictures and some nice movies.
We had lots of movies. We had tons of people. Somebody would have said something. Somebody on the movie set would have squawked.
You don't know that. I finally gave in and said possibly we went to the moon, but I don't believe we went the first go round. We had the space race. We were trying to push the Russians off, and by faking the first moon landing, we bought ourselves some more time to actually go to the moon.
Just would have been too easy to catch us.
How?
I just think everybody was watching. I mean,
and it was all broadcast. You could actually launch something into a lower orbit and just have it circle in a geosynchronous orbit until you were ready for it to come back down.
Did we have, I don't know, telescopes that could go see the moon and see that we were up there running around? See Trey saying yes.
Well, if there are telescopes that actually can see the surface of the moon, where's the stuff that we left?
You can still see some of the markers.
Nobody's ever posted those. Where's the lunar rover?
I'll look online.
In the shop? I've looked online. There are no current pictures of the moon or anything that we left.
Here's the deal. If we didn't go, the KGB had spies over here. They would have busted us a long time ago. And here's the other thing. The Chinese are about to go. If we didn't go, that'll be a real bad deal because they'll bust us on it.
What did I say about actually really going?
Oh, you said we might have gone later.
Okay. Well, then there's nothing to get busted on because all the trash that we left up there is still there. And that would be the only reason we decided to go. Probably decided we'll go the first time, we'll fake it, and we're done. And then we knew sooner or later somebody was going to go up there and realize we didn't leave any trash. That's why we had to go another time.
Yeah, and at that point, that meant we had to throw down some throwdown stuff.
Yeah, we had to have a throwdown lunar rover and some other stuff.
What changed between 1969 and 1970?
There's a lot of technological change.
Well, there was the same thing between 68 and 69 when we went to the moon, rotated around, we just didn't land.
You don't know that we rotated. We went around the moon.
Well, that's what they
told you.
We went to the moon. Good God.
Moving on to the shooting of Everett.
Everything set up for Everett in the hallway?
Yes, it is.
I forgot what Everett did earlier. I don't even care. Just take him out there, stick the blindfold on him, and let's go. Who's got the wireless mic?
I do.
Okay.
Wireless mic, wireless headphones.
It's ridiculous.
All right. Dan, why don't you come in here and run the console? Chuck, you stay in here because we'll be ready to go when we're done with Everett. We're going to do the same thing to Everett we did with you, Chloe, with a cannon at the end. Oh, here's Dan. All right. Okay. He's on? Yep. Tell me if you can hear JD on the wireless.
Test, test, test. There we are.
Yeah, he's up.
Okay.
I'm good to go.
Make sure that door's open when you...
Okay. Where are my glasses? Are they over here? Yeah.
Do not see them.
I got them.
You want Chloe to open this door as well? Or is that going to be in your line of fire?
Just prop it open out here.
All right.
Ready?
You okay, Aaron?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right, what's the first shot?
You can go for the symbol, or you can go for the key. Which one do you want to put on his head? Symbol, can, bottle.
I've got my glasses here. Should I give them to someone?
Beer bottle. Here we go. Beer bottle. Beer bottle. All right. On his head. Don't move.
You can't move.
I'm not.
Okay, let me move over here. Get out of the way.
All right.
Lawsuit will be a lot better.
Hold on.
Oh, God, bro.
What are you doing?
Bro, beautiful.
Press the can.
Press the can. Hold on. Let me get it on his head.
That Fresca can't have anything in it?
No, it's empty.
We should discuss this.
Well, I don't want that if it's empty. Put another beer bottle.
All right, other beer bottle. Hang on. I gotta move this one. Oh, that went everywhere. Hold on, Everett. Don't move.
I'm very still.
Hold it. Stand still. Move over here.
Oh, God! Oh, I can feel that one bleeding.
That was great.
What else you want to do?
Oh, we have the cymbal, we have the jar, we have the tin, the pan.
Do the glass. Is it flat?
This?
Yeah.
No, it's rounded.
Well, I mean, will it set on his head?
Yeah, it's flat on the bottom. It's even concave.
Okay.
It'll go on his head. Oh, right there.
It's not necessary.
Don't move. You're moving.
Readjust that. It's going to fall off.
Hold on. Well, his head moved. Okay, there you go. Stand still. All right, I'm moving back.
Oh, no! God!
Hold on. Break.
Oh, gotta be kidding me. Nope. Oh.
All right, that was not going to break. Take it off.
No, you broke it. Yeah, look. It's shattered.
Do the
Symbol?
Is there another beer bottle left?
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I think that's enough.
All right.
No, there's one more.
All right, Amber, hang on.
Reeks of beer. I can smell it. You're going to feel it. Oh, no.
And here we go.
Oh, God!
Uh-oh. Well, that's not... Chuck, let's go. Why would the fire alarm go off just the one can?
The smoke that shot down the hall from the can.
Where's Dan? Read something. Screw it, I got time for this. Bye.